Hello, welcome to the Tuesday show.
I was just thinking there's no David to do the intro, so
yeah, I know.
how do we do this?
We started, we're like,
yeah, what do we say here?
Okay. I'm James Chen.
And I'm Sage, and we're here with the Tuesday show. Yeah, there's no Steve, Tasty
That's
Steve,
right.
and no Ultra David.
So Steve is a little under the weather.
Dude, that's so crazy to me. Let me tell you, so I got sick twice this year as we traveled,
Okay.
Steve and I. And this guy, Steve, was like, I don't know how he does it. He's like a tank. He gets no sleep and stays up all day and has a bajillion amounts of energy and then doesn't get sick. Meanwhile, me, I'm trying to, not get sick. I'm doing vitamin C and all this stuff, and then I get sick as hell. I was sick for a month straight. So when Steve told me today that he was sick, I was like, I don't want to be anywhere near you. You have some super bug, some kind of crazy virus that's new to mankind. It's the second iteration of the bubonic plague or something. That's what it would take to get Steve sick. So I'm not interested, dude.
All right, okay. Well, and David, of course, he's moving into a new place, so it's gonna be, that's always fun to do. And now his cats have to get used to a new environment.
Oh yeah, his cats now. That's true. Oh
man.
I always dislike when people move since I own a truck.
Oh, and you're that guy.
I'm that
you're
guy.
the guy.
But my truck is breaking down. I have to get a new car soon, and I'm so excited because I won't have a truck anymore.
Okay.
And they're gonna call me, and I'm like, nah, I can't help you move.
Someone asked if Steve ate a pot pie and got sick.
Dang, why is he so upset about pot pies?
I love pot pies. Pot
Me
pies
too.
are godlike, right? I don't know why.
It's such a good combination of food. I don't understand why he doesn't like it.
It's like a chicken soup in a pie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like.
And he loves cornbread. And he loves other baked goods. And he likes soup, but he doesn't like pot pies.
Wait, I always forget, does he like candy corn or does he not?
He likes candy corn, I think.
Candy corn is nasty, dude.
Alright, James, I'm glad we figured out some things today while he's gone. We got to clarify some things.
Are you down with the candy corn?
It's not that great.
Okay.
I don't really think it's good. I only eat it maybe on Halloween, and I have 2 pieces, and I'm glad this is a once a year thing. That's all I could do.
So in other words, Steve is never coming back.
Probably not.
Because we're talking good about pot pies and talking bad about candy corn.
Corn's pretty whack, dude. The fact that I only eat it once a year and it's 2 little pieces and I'm over it should tell you just how good it is.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you taste it, you're like, it's not that bad, and then you're like, no, you know what, I'm done with this. So.
Yeah, it's pretty fast how that happens. Gross.
All right. Well, dude, we have a million results because we haven't streamed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, there was no show last week since you didn't even get home from New York until 8 o'clock at night or something like that.
Yeah,
so by the time you got here, it was probably super late and you were tired. I was super tired because we just finished TwitchCon, Steve and I, and we were there from Tuesday the week before until Monday the next week. So we spent 6 days in San Diego.
I have this microphone touching the table, so every time you touch the table.
Oh, does it move it?
Well,
whoa.
Yeah, I can.
All right, I can just not touch the table.
Yeah, it's not. I'm gonna have to move it later. So
all right.
Because every time I do this.
Oh, it's super loud.
Dude, it sounds like an earthquake. It sounds like the giant is walking into the room, fee, fi, fo, fum.
So we spent 6 days in San Diego for TwitchCon.
You guys went there early.
They wanted us there super early because we did 2 days of rehearsals before the super mega esports reveal of Amazon's new game, which was super fun to do.
Do you know? Does the audience know why that thing was as esports as possible?
Okay, so I have to give them context of everything.
Right. So but my reason for thinking that thing was as esports as possible, they got Steve in a suit.
They got Steve in a suit. You know what makes me mad about Steve? Let me.
Steve is watching this at home right now. He's like, man, I'm gonna just ride on over there, and stop them talking.
Was wearing a full suit. You know that Tasty Steve never follows the dress code for anything.
Right.
He always wears a t-shirt and a beanie on commentary. They'll be like, come dressed in a shirt and tie. Steve shows up in beanie and t-shirt, and he's like, whatever, man. So for that event specifically, Rip and I had to wear suits for the Thursday reveal.
Right.
But for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they told us not to wear full suits.
Okay.
So Steve showed up in a full suit. So even when dressing all the way up, he's not following the dress code. Because they told us specifically, they're like, we want you to wear a jacket and shirt. No tie. And Steve comes in a full suit. An entire ridiculous full suit. So even when he's dressing up as fancy as can be, he's got the full gig and the pants and the shoes and everything, he's not actually wearing the dress code. It's crazy.
It's backwards.
It's so absurd.
He has to be defiant, I guess, of the dress code every single time.
I did not I can't believe this guy. He's a professional. Like, he's so good, but he looked good in a suit.
No, he looked fly.
For context about Breakaway, we've been talking about this esports hikes that we've been taking.
Right.
Some of the esports hikes are other stuff, but two of the ones we went on were to Amazon to play this new game called Breakaway. And then while I was there the first time, I was playing the game and I was dunking the people. The team that was on with me was me, Vi, Steve, and Nerd Josh.
Oh, dude,
so it's like team wins and fights.
Yeah, and that's like team. We can adapt to games and we're good.
It was so bad, dude. It was a pure dunking, is what it was. But we're dunking these fools, and it was bad. Oh wait, is the mic out? What happened? See, I can't even tell them who we were dunking.
Are we gone? Are we out here?
I don't know. The little microphone thing is flashing now.
Oh, the mic. Oh, this thing. Okay. Are we back? You know what? I actually found out, I don't think it's the sound that's clipping. I think it's that we're actually dropping, or like the XSplit is freezing.
What the hell?
I've seen XSplit freeze up a couple. So when I was editing the episode last time, it wasn't even just like the sound was going out and me and David are like it literally just like froze.
Oh.
And so I need to figure out what it is. So.
Okay, so it's Breakaway. We're playing some Breakaway. We're dunking these people. I won't name who they were. But it was bad. So we're dunking them, and the guy walks up to me. I didn't realize who it was at the time, but it was one of the guys who presented on stage. He's like the VP of Amazon or something like that. He asked me, he's like, so you're a commentator, right? Do you think you commentate this game? As I'm playing, and I was like, sure. And it's the first time I ever played the game, so I started doing commentary. And they ended up liking it, so they brought us back to practice commentary. So we went and did that, and for Mega, the reason it's like super mega esports is because you have to remember Amazon bought Twitch for $1 billion,
right?
Like 2 years ago or whatever, right?
Right.
Then they immediately purchased a couple of game studios. Double Helix was one of them.
Right.
So Double Helix has been working on this Breakaway game. So when people were like, "Why are all these FGC people in this like exhibition thing for this new game? This is not a fighting game. Like, why are they doing this?" It's because.
One Mr. Filthy Rich.
Filthy Rich is the person in charge of that. And Filthy Rich has been involved in fighting games for forever, right? And you have to think, what's it called? The studio, Double Helix, their last game was Killer Instinct.
Right, the first season of Killer Instinct.
Right, so they're a fighting game studio. So, like, they know all these fighting game people. So when they were looking at people to bring in, they brought in all these fighting game players. So that's why the whole exhibition was fighting games. Everybody's like, man, they're trying to sell this to the fighting game community.
Well,
and I'm
also
like...
the other thing, too, fighting game players break things better than anybody else.
Maybe, I guess. I feel like...
I still believe that.
Maybe. I don't know. But the main reason is that Filthy Rich is there, and the studio who made it is a former fighting game studio. So even though this isn't a fighting game, like they know a lot of fighting game people. So they brought us in. We did this super esportsy thing, and it was a lot of fun. And the game's really cool. When it comes out in alpha, you should probably try it. But it's not a fighting game. Just in case you're curious. It's definitely not a fighting game, and it was a fun gig in San Diego. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying like the game didn't, like, you have to play the game.
Oh, you have to play the game.
Playing the game is a much different feel. So me and David got to go down there one time too. Yeah, and so when we played it, it's a different beast when you play it than when you watch it. And keep in mind, the game is still in beta form, right? Alpha form. So they're going to do a lot of things for presentation, for sure. So
the problem with watching it right now is that you notice that they keep zoomed out on the ball the whole time. The reason that it's zoomed out is because their key bindings on the spectator client to go to players were broken.
Oh.
So like cutting to players was like, it wouldn't work very well. So that's kind of the problem with it. But the game is super fun. You should try it. And it's cool. And if you hate it, whatever. There's a chance you might not like it. It's pretty fun.
For sure.
To me, it's like, I love Rocket League. Man, I was getting pissed at my teammates in Rocket League last night. I was playing. There's only like one thing that makes me mad in this world. And like when I play Rocket League, this is all my teammates have to do. If you can hit the ball and you just don't score on us, like, I'm happy.
Okay.
Last night, that was a big problem. I was like, team? I literally typed in team chat. I was like, team, if you could hit the ball, that would be great.
Are you going to expose who your teammates were?
No, these random people.
Oh,
it was not teammates.
Okay.
When I play with teammates, they're good teammates, so it's not a problem. I'm usually the worst player, so that's great.
Okay.
That's a good feeling. But Yeah, this game is like Rocket League because there's a ball you have to move, but there's like combat.
Right.
So you're fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
There's also range characters.
People kept saying that it felt like Smite and Rocket League, like a combination between.
Right.
I've never played Rocket League. I don't even think I've ever even seen Smite, so I can't really comment on that.
Yeah.
But
after playing this game too, I tried to come home and play something like it. But it's like a genre that doesn't exist.
Right. Exactly.
It's very funky.
Exactly. Rocket League might be the closest thing right now.
Yeah.
Like a weird.
Lethal League is also super fun, by the way.
Oh yeah, Lethal League.
I'm nice at Lethal League.
Lethal League is the best.
I'm nice at Lethal League. You're not
but,
right.
I mean, it's really interesting because we're talking about this esports thing, right? We're talking about it's going esports and everything like that. So while you guys were at TwitchCon, we were at ESL.
You guys were at ESL.
Beatdown, right? So this ESL, I mean, they rented out the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
We got to. I mean, I took a panorama shot from the floor where I could see the jerseys and all these things like that. It was
such an obscene arena.
Dude.
For 99% CSGO and 1% fighting games.
Exactly. And so, obviously, that was kind of esports. Like,
it's pretty damn esports.
Even during the pools portion where we went all the way to grand finals. I mean, like, because normally when we do fighting game events, they're like, just get here before this time, sit down, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like for this one, we had rehearsals, we had like scripts and all sorts of things like that. And then of course there was the ever so awkward me throwing to the Score Esports replay.
Yeah.
And that is a tongue twister. And
the Score Esports replays.
Yeah. It's the funny thing is like when I kept messing it up, Z was in the back. He's like, why does James keep messing this up? This is so easy. Then he got on there and first time he messed up.
Yeah, the guy who speaks like 11 languages, the commentary meme god himself can't even do it.
And it's funny too, because I figured out why it was messing me up. Because every time I had to go to it, the first thing I do is like, okay, let's go to the... And then the thing I'm supposed to say is the Score Esports.
Let's go to the Score Esports.
Right, so we go, let's go to the Esports, Score, and then so... Basically, I changed the name of it to Score Esports in my head, and then I could do it.
Go to the Score Esports replay, yeah. Man, just wait. Soon the replays will all be presented by whatever. We'll be going to replays presented by...
It's happening.
NASA or something.
People have talked about that even before ESL. A lot of people have talked about.
Dude, that's such a good way for sponsors to get involved in events. Just think about anytime you watch sports on television, or like if you guys are wrestling fans. Every time like a replay pops up, it's like replay presented to you by Snickers.
Yeah, and then every time you see like the replay go sideways, the logo's on the side.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. Like a lot of people said it was kind of awkward, and I maybe I don't have to say it every time. Maybe it needs just to be highlighted or something like that. But and someone said Z-Sonic. No, I liked my name best, which was Skeezy.
Skeezy?
I like Skeezy.
Skeezy's pretty good. Ski-Sonic, Z-Sonic. They have a couple of good names, I think.
But, no, I mean, like, so then obviously we went to Sunday. It was grand finals. It was on the CSGO stage. We got to
esports.
Talk to Alex the Machine, you know, and all this other stuff. I mean, you guys got a chance to see a lot of it, right?
So, yeah, I came back to my hotel room and watched pools when that happened. I came back to my hotel room and watched grand finals when that happened. Okay. I saw Commander Jesse, by the the way.
Oh, dude, Commander Jesse. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get to the results. But I mean, so from our standpoint, obviously we were behind the scenes doing all this stuff, and it was definitely different for us. But at the same time, I did think that the pool portion felt very FGC. So ESL has been good. They've done the Mortal Kombat stuff before.
Yeah, they're experienced.
And they listened to the FGC. The streamers, like the main streamer was Spencer. Spencer was there.
Spencer the God.
You know, and they got a bunch of the New York guys to run it. Like we saw Walter, who's basically used to be named Bacardi. That was his nickname before. But he's been part of the FGC for a long time. He was helping run the pools and everything.
Was Min there doing stuff too?
Yeah, Min was there too.
Right? Yeah.
And so the whole thing felt very FGC to me. Obviously, the Sunday thing was completely different.
It was esportsy, but the matches and everything are still fighting game related. Yeah.
Yeah. So from a viewer standpoint, I mean, how did it look to you guys?
It looked good to me. When I was watching it, obviously there's some esportsy stuff, but I think the replay plus analysis is cool. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that that's starting. Because I feel like that's something that you have to work towards. Because fighting game matches are so fast. It's boom, 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 boom. So much is going on that a lot of times we don't even have time to break down the analysis. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to have that happen. But as a viewer, I thought it was cool. I'm really happy Grand Finals is not a blowout. I was so worried that Shanghai was just going to 3-0 Momochi, and that was that. I was like...
But dude, when Momochi won 3-0, then I was afraid it was going to be a 6-0 from Momochi.
It ended up being really entertaining. I thought Grand Finals was good. The whole thing was a little bit more esportsy, but I think that that's fine, because I think it was like the right choices. Yeah. You know, it was good. I think. As a spectator.
The thing for me is the guys who are running it, like Josh. Josh is one of the main guys who is running it. He's helped with the Mortal Kombat stuff. He loves fighting games.
You're talking about Joshua Gray, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And he knows the fighting game community, so it was just like, it felt very FGC to me. So I really did enjoy it. I was surprised by it. Like David was even saying, like, James might have even been turned, you know, like
to the esports side. One thing that I saw the chat mention is that they're talking about the replay sections and how that they said that wasn't as good as it could be. It's new.
Yeah,
it's very new. So it's like, imagine like they just are like, all right, you're gonna do this at this event, and you have no practice with it, and now you have to do it, and you're just like, oh, all right, let me try this.
And the best way to explain it too is, honestly, we're sitting there watching the matches, and there's this dude with the crazy ass machine that
the replay machine.
Yeah, the replay machine. He's just sitting there
spinning the wheel,
and we're like, okay, go capture the last 10 seconds. That was really good. So they capture the last 10 seconds. Okay, capture that and then that round. Okay, no, back, go from here. Okay, capture this. Right. And then they replay the whole thing, and it's like, what the hell did I capture?
Right.
You know,
because there's no context there, right? There's no context. Like, it's just the parts of the match, so you have to remember exactly what's happening. But it's like, it's one of those things that's like, it's a skill that we have to work on, because obviously we're not super familiar with doing it as much. Because even replays are not used at all events for fighting games in general. But like us. Like, you guys picking what replay comes up, and then having to talk about it in the context of the match and set the story and explain why it's important. It's like a lot.
So what I would have loved to have had is, like, there was a lot of times, for example, when like Momochi would do a certain thing or Xiaohai would do a certain thing, and it would happen like 4 times during the match.
Right.
It'd been sick if we could grab all of those and put them in a row so you could see it. It's a new technology. Yeah. We got to get used to it. And some people were saying that the intermissions were a little long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, some of that sometimes was our fault. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they were like, James David, get back to the table.
I mean, if you guys watch Seam, you could talk about long intermissions.
Oh yeah, that
was absurd. I was like, all right, they're like, we'll be back at this time. So I was like, all right, cool. I went and grabbed some food. I come back, I'm like, we're still not back? Like, what's happening here? I eat all my food, I throw it away, I'm sitting there.
You're like, let me wash dishes.
Let me do some laundry. And it's like, it had the most absurdly long, and that was all FGC, so I don't know what was going on there. I think they're waiting for the stage for another game or something, but yeah, I thought that ESL was good. I think that we just need to learn, like, fighting game commentators have to learn how to do certain things that we are not used to. And also, you have to understand, like, the replay machine guy, I don't know how familiar he is with fighting games.
Right.
But I've definitely worked at events where, like, the replay guy is, like, not super familiar with fighting games. I mean, so then he doesn't know exactly what to cut. So it's like a replay will come up and you'll be like, we're looking at this? Okay.
I mean, the guy that we talked to knew enough that we were like, capture it from when he started the frame trap to this. And he'd be like, okay. So, you know, he was able to do that.
Yeah, because how many fighting game people know how to use a replay machine?
Right, exactly.
I can think of, like, Chris Seglia.
Right.
And that's probably like it.
Yeah, and also, obviously, so the weird thing about Brooklyn Beatdown was they only did grand finals on the last day.
Right.
And you know, like, I don't know if this is NDA or whatever, but, you know, they had to do the replay stuff. So, yeah, it came in the middle of matches and it was a little, you know, disruptive. But if I heard the ESL heads really liked what happened with the fighting game community. They're really happy with it.
That's good.
So if they do it again, I'm sure it'll be top 8. The replays will happen in the middle of the matches instead of in the middle of like in between matches instead of in the middle of matches.
Yes, that would be great. Also, they announced that they're doing this King of the Hill.
Yeah, that's right.
They also put in there that we were commentating at Ultra 10. I didn't even know that they put that we were commentating it in there until someone reached out to me and was like, are you doing ESL? And I was like,
yeah, I know. I saw that too. Like,
maybe. Like, I was like, I don't know. And then I looked at the article. I was like, oh, they did put our names in there. I was like, all right, well.
I'm really excited about that too.
Yeah, me too.
If you guys don't know, it's going to be like 4 weeks in a row of NorCal versus SoCal. And there's so much history about that particular rivalry. So I can't wait to just wax on and on about
it's going to be sick. I think the plan is for us to do like a rotation for that.
Oh, is that how it's going to work?
Like, I think you and David do it one week, and then me and Steve do it one week, and then you and David, and then me and Steve, something like that.
Sure.
I think that's the plan. Not 100%. It really depends on our schedules, too, because if like it turns out Steve and I are busy one week, like, let's say Steve and I are busy like the second week.
Right.
You guys might have to do like the first week and the last, or the second and third week, or we do the first and fourth. I don't know how it works. Yeah. But it's like 4 weeks of cool video game ESL stuff. And ESL doing more fighting game stuff is super awesome for me because They're like not that far from us.
Oh yeah.
And if they're interested in doing more stuff, then that gives more opportunities to players because they gave out like $1 million at ESL, and it's super cool. I'm always down with more people wanting to throw FGC events who do a good job.
Yeah, I'm really happy with ESL. What ESL has done. Like, look, fighting games are gonna go quote esports, but the genius part about it all is that fighting games are kind of doing it on its own, right? So what I kept saying like to other people and stuff like that, it's like, I was so against MLG a long time ago. You know, I was just like anti-MLG. One is because they didn't want to listen to our rules and they wanted to do it how
some weird stuff,
continuation rules or whatever like that. But then the second thing too is that they would have wanted to put in all the money, help with the production, and then if they take it away, we're kind of screwed, right? Yeah. However, if that happens now and they take the FGC money away, we'll just go back to the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah. Dang. You don't want to see us at the Barclays Center? Peace out. I'll see you guys in Mandalay Bay.
Right. We'll just go back to the 15,000 people arena.
Dude, there was some esports event happening recently, and it was at Mandalay Bay, and I was like, we've been there, done that. You esports guys got nothing on us fighting games. We've already done Mandalay Bay, dude.
Exactly. So, you know, that's why I'm happy fighting games have gotten to where we are by ourselves, and now I feel like we do have to kind of enter that next level. But at the same time, I've always said this, I do not want to lose our personality. Yeah. Like, I actually just finally watched the Evo broadcast on ESPN. I just never had a chance to watch it. And my favorite thing about it was that Mike and Seth were not any less FGC than they normally were. Right. It was like wrestling commentary. Yeah. Like, they were making jokes, and they were part of the personality.
They did such a great job, yeah.
Yeah. So I was really happy to see that, and that, I think, is a major goal for the FGC.
I think part of that is because it was put on by FGC people. The whole production was put on all by FGC, so it was really sick, actually. I'm really happy with how the Evo commentary turned out for ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did all right too, I guess. We're
I was just happy we showed up on the screen a couple of times. Me too.
That's why people hit me up after, like, you were on ESPN. What the hell? I was like, it's just my job here. Not a big deal.
Oh man.
Video games.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the results, shall we? So let's talk about Brooklyn.
Your Breakaway champions for the weekend. We're the blue team.
Let's see. So Brooklyn Beatdown results here. Obviously, super awesome event. I mean, just the players were super good, and God, I almost just like, you can't even just talk about the top 8. Like, I feel like you got to talk about the top 16. I mean, look, we got Chirithi here at 13th, Cien. 801 Strider, who came out of his pool, which was a surprise, you know, because obviously he's been having trouble with the game, but now it seems like he's getting in there.
He's that kind of player that takes some time to learn, though. Yeah, he's definitely not like, I get the game immediately. He's like, I have to put in the time, and then I become really strong.
I felt like he was playing the wrong character. He was going with Cammy before. Yeah, I feel like Mika works for him well.
But yeah, dude, she's so good.
Infiltration, tied for 13th.
Yeah, that Balrog was looking a little...
I wasn't experimental. A fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, it was something.
9th place was Ricky Ortiz, Alucard, Knuckledew, and Mago. Yeah. And then this is where things get good here, right? I mean, 7th place, Brolinho, who already qualified for Capcom Cup. He gets to travel for the first time out of his country, comes here, beats Infiltration, then gets all the way to top 8.
It was a beatdown, too. He dunked him some Infiltration. That was pretty free.
Yeah, and I was just like so happy for him. Like, everyone talks about Commander Jesse, and of course we're gonna gush about Commander Jesse.
Jesse's so good.
Brolinho definitely deserves a lot of props because he played super well, and it's just 3 years in a row now Brazil has made it into the CPT. Yeah, and I think that's awesome.
It is. They have a good region.
Yeah, it's just a great sign for that region there. But yeah, Commander Jesse.
7th place is Dawson Bodied Mago. Dude, we were standing at TwitchCon. Literally, we're sitting on the floor. And, like, I opened up Brooklyn Beatdown because you know, Commander Justice is about to play, and I'm, like, watching it, and I was, like, losing my shit. And people were walking up to me, like, what's happening? And I'm like, dude, check this out. I, like, started commentating the match. I was like, this is Commander Jesse. He's from SoCal. He's one of the best players in the world. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, my God. It was so sick. Everybody was like, who is this Jesse guy? Why does he have such a big beard? I was like, that's not even the best part. Check this out. He's bodying this fool.
Dude, I was so happy for him. I was so happy for him because... that was the first time he's traveled.
Yes, I was just gonna say, the first time he's ever been on an airplane.
Right.
He's like drives. The only other event he's gone to is like probably NCR and
Evo. Right. Those are the furthest ones that he's been to. Oddly enough, NCR is further than Evo. But I mean, most of the time when people travel for their first event, they don't do that well.
No.
And it's this hostile environment. You're not used to it. But what was interesting, though, was that by the time he started getting further and further, like when he got to play Mago, he wasn't in a hostile environment because everyone was rooting for him to be the Japanese, right? So people were cheering for him. So he did have a little bit of that, but also I was just, he just won his first Wednesday night fights, and he came out there and
he's been playing since Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Which is years and years and years ago.
Dude, in vanilla Street Fighter 4, I played him and he used Chun-Li.
Yeah, he played Chun.
I had epic matches versus him.
Dude, so in Street Fighter 4, he played Chun, Sakura, Guile, he played as a counter pick, he played Dawson.
Is that actually Spencer here? He wants me to say the Score Esports. But see,
I
have it in my head now, because it's just Score Esports now. It's the Score Esports.
Shout out to Spencer the God for streaming ESL, being sick as usual. And awesome. Dude, I was hanging out with him at the last event we were at, and he was sitting in his hotel room. You know what he was doing? Trying to come up with better ways to stream Street Fighter and other fighting games at higher bitrate. He's like, yeah, so I'm going to buy this new laptop so I can test fighting games at high bitrate on the go and like try to figure out how to optimize stream settings so it looks the best. I was like, Spencer's the best. You're the best.
Spencer's the best. So.
How's it feel to be the actual best?
Well, in 5th place, Justin Wong, who played super well.
Yeah, he did.
And then Fudo with Mika. 4th place was Haitani with Nikali. 3rd place, Tokido, who had the unfortunate gets a winners finals and then just down to Momochi, of course, 2nd place against Xiaohai, and Xiaohai so Xiaohai is always the tale of two tapes, right?
Yeah.
And we saw the bad Xiaohai in the first set and then the good Xiaohai in the
also saw the bad Xiaohai at Seam.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do very well at Seam.
No, he did not. But he had a briefcase full of money. I don't think he cared. He, got that briefcase, and I was like, dang!
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, man, that's crazy.
It's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, what did you think of that match between Xiaohai and Momochi?
Momochi's so ridiculous.
Dude, he's so good.
Man, he just walks up in your face and does this.
Yeah.
And, he confirms it every time. I'm like, how are you so good? I actually started playing Ken after I watched Momochi.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay,
I was like, let me mess with this Ken character, and I started playing.
Someone actually said Momochi might confirm off of the stun meter. Because if you hit him, the meter will go up. You don't have to wait to see if they're getting hit or blocked.
I think visually confirming it's not that bad either, though.
Really?
I think visually, I can do it visually.
I haven't tried it.
I've only been playing him a little bit, and I feel like visually confirming it's pretty easy. Also, the one thing that impressed me the most about Momochi compared to every other Ken is his hit confirm on low forward, not into super, but in the uppercut.
Yeah.
He does low forward, and if it hits, he's like, sure. I'm like, come on, guy. Who do you think you are? Just hit confirming raw low forwards and stuff? That's crazy. I started trying that. It's really hard, but doable.
Right. And the interesting thing is that David, his main thing that he kept coming away with is that Street Fighter V has been known as this kind of knock you down, rough, beat you up, kind of like vortexy, even though it's not a vortex, but just kind of this rush you down.
Yeah, you got a gas on wake up, yeah.
And a lot of people are saying you can't play footsies in this game or whatever like that. But then he was like, look at the outside of Xiaohai, right? If we go back to this results screen here, Momochi plays a very footsie heavy game. Tokido plays a very footsie heavy game. Fudo plays a very footsie heavy game. Justin plays a very footsie heavy game.
Yeah.
So he was like, it almost felt like this was kind of ushering a newer era of Street Fighter V.
Because here's the thing about playing footsies, right? You have to know all the options, and you have to have control. And I think at a mid to high level in this game, a lot of people don't have that control. So it's very easy for them to run into things and get hit by stuff. But I feel like the people who have mastery in Street Fighter V, and I only think there's a few, mastery level understanding of their character and the game are the people where you see these kind of footsies. That's why if you watch Grand Finals of Seam, it was Tokido Momochi. Dude, the spacing in that was so absurd. It was such a good set.
I'm top 8 started and I fell asleep. I couldn't stay up, and I haven't gone back to watch the archives yet.
I did a commentary analysis on my stream. Of Seam Grand Finals, and I did Takuchi vs. BRR from TFC.
Oh, nice.
And I did the TFC Grand Finals, which was a beatdown. Holy moly. Did you see it?
Oh, no, I didn't see that one either.
That was a beatdown. I feel so bad. Oh, it was a sick match. So I did a commentary analysis breakdown, and there's some crazy stuff. There's a portion in Seam where Tokido does Fireball in the corner, and they're both in 10%, right? He does low strong Fireball. And then afterwards, Momochi tries to do roundhouse because he wants V trigger.
Right.
And like Tokido backdashes expecting it, and then like they go back to this neutral, and I'm like, that backdash, not the block and normal, was so genius. Because blocking a Ken normal at that point was like the worst thing ever.
Because it just leads in that V trigger mix ups time.
And there's like this cool footsie game where Momochi is like, so what he does as a player is he walks up and he wants to back strong you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start figuring that out, you start trying to intercept them with like your low strong as Ryu. So then Momochi walks up and hits stand medium kick because it's further and he can counterpoke your counterpoke. And then it's like, Tokido reads that and then hits a roundhouse to crush counter the medium kick. And I'm like, these fools are ridiculous. Like, I'm watching some Street Fighter. It's so good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good sign that it looks like Street Fighter 5 is kind of heading that direction. I mean, there like even just last week there was a big Twitter conversation of like you can't play footsies in this game.
Right.
And it's funny too because the reason for saying that you can't play footsies in this game is because you can't whiff punish. And it's funny because there have been countless Street Fighter games where it's hard to whiff punish, and you're playing plenty of footsies. So footsies, whiff punishing is not necessarily a core component of, you know, footsies.
Or the only component.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
in Street Fighter 4, you can whiff punish a lot because
it's like Third Strike.
The
So Third
normals are
Strike
chunkier.
and
Yeah, Third
Street
Strike
Fighter 4 had that similar whiff punishy kind of thing. But you go back to Alpha games, you go CVS 2, like if Sagat throws low fears, you aren't whiff punishing that. She's just like low fears, low fears, low fears. That's why he was like top tier until roll canceling, and even then he's still like one of the best characters in the game. So, you know,
you roll through it and he throws you.
no one is whiff punishing in Super Turbo.
It came so fast, dude.
So yeah. But you know, again, it's just a nice shift for the way the game played, and you know, I thought the presentation there was really cool. It was really like, I don't know if you could tell, but like when I was doing commentary at the grand finals, I was so nervous
because of the esportsiness of everything.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, and it was just like suddenly we're there with the audience behind us, and I was
like Mandalay Bay all over again.
Yeah, if I mess up, like they're all gonna laugh at me or something. I don't know.
There's a bunch of CS:GO fans in the audience.
Yeah,
like, what is this?
Exactly.
It's a good thing it was Ryu Ken. They were like, or Ryu Chun, Cammy Ken. They were like, all right, we know these characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at least it was something they could understand.
All right, cool. Well, let me see here. We've got some more events here. Let's go to Southeast Asia Majors.
Yeah, SEAM was sick. This is such a good event.
And it was cool. So I didn't get what the rule was. So they had an amateur tournament.
So the amateur tournament, the way it is, if you're under 30 and unsponsored, you can enter, as far as I understand it.
Oh, interesting.
As far as I understand it, that was the rule. So the amateur tournament was really interesting.
Colitis.
This thing is talking to me.
Yeah, you got this advertisement.
This advertisement is talking.
You got hit by the 895?
Yeah, I got hit by the 895. All right.
Dang, SRK got you good, James.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Wow, there was a lot of games here at SEAM.
There was.
Okay. So this is it right here. So there was the amateur tournament here.
Right.
Which Heavy Mental, like the name, Armika, 7th place, Dennis Wong, M. Bison. 5th place, Guilty with Dalsim, SKZ with Cammy. 4th was Sysak with Karen. 3rd, Leslie with Ryu. I don't know how he's considered an amateur.
It's just unsponsored under 30.
2nd was Zizi with Birdie, who is now being flown, I believe, by RCAP to SCR, yeah. And then Verloren with Cammy took it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That was a really fun tournament to watch. Before the main tournament was just absurdly stacked and difficult.
This tournament was ridiculous. I mean, look, we'll do top 16 again. Xiaohai in 13th place.
Man.
Kazunoko in 13th place. Bon-chan with Nash in 13th place.
Who 2-0'd Kazunoko in his pool, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
okay,
that was a sick match.
Okay, yeah, I missed so much of this event. I was kind of sad about that, but I had other things to take care of, and so Nemo, 9th place. Infiltration again, 9th place with Nash. Zizi with Birdie. Mago with Karen. And then here we go with the top 8. 7th place was Human Bomb, like the best player that no one ever talks about.
So good, man.
Cien with Fang. NL, he was one of the Korean players.
Korean
right?
Ryu, so good.
With Ryu.
He beat Haitani and Sako.
Really?
Yeah, he beat them both.
Okay. Wait, Sako wasn't in top 16? Dude, he was like doing super well, wasn't he? Or
I think he's in top 8. He got 5th, I think, right?
Oh, 4th. Yeah. Okay, so 5th place was also I am Tren or Iam Trem or something like that.
I am Chuan.
Yeah, with Guile. 4th place was Sako. There he is with Chun-Li.
Yeah.
3rd place, Eita with Ken. 2nd place, again, Momochi with Ken. And this time, taken out by Tokido with Ryu. And,
yeah, that was a 6 set.
And I didn't get to see that, like I said. But, I mean, what was it that Tokido mostly did?
It was winners and grands was both of those guys.
Mm-hmm,
But Tokido mostly, there was like, the footsie game was so fun to watch. But the main thing to me that stood out as Tokido's strength in the matchup, every single time he got knocked down in the corner, he held up forward.
Yeah, okay. So
versus Ken, he held up forward every time. He jumped out and Tatsu, and Momochi couldn't chase him. So even though Ken's so strong at having the corner position, he his corner carry so fast. Like Momochi never wants to meaty. The way Momochi does things is he walks up, he walks back, and he just checks with back strong. Right. Because he wants to hit confirm so bad, right? That he's so focused on that he wouldn't meaty Tokido. And once he starts meeting him, he just uppercuts.
Remember, Momochi was also the one with that Momochi tech where he does the delayed uppercut.
Yeah.
So it's probably kind of same mentality. So he never does a true meaty.
So Tokido would just wake up with jump Tatsu out of the corner every single time. And Ken had no way to chase. Like, he could not chase it. He had no way to chase it. Even there was a few times where, like, he would just step back and give up corner positioning because he's like, all right, he's going to jump Tatsu out. And he would uppercut him on the other side, and then Tokido does back roll, and we're back to the middle of the screen. So it doesn't matter.
He doesn't have to deal with that Ken mix-up.
Yeah, and then in the neutral, like, Ryu's going to get more damage output out of, like, less things, right? So, yeah, it was a 6 set. I did a breakdown of it on my stream. It's going
to be on twitch.tv/Sayjam,
yeah.
Right? Are you going to get it on YouTube as well?
I was planning to. I don't know if Capcom Fighters wants me to upload. I have to talk to somebody at Capcom about that.
Okay.
I'd like to upload it to YouTube, though.
But because it's an analysis, right? It's not like, are you pausing and everything in between the matches?
Yeah. I'm doing tons of pauses.
It's different. It's a different thing. I don't think they'll have a problem.
It was a cool set.
So, but yeah, or you could just check the archives right now, which is on twitch.tv/Sayjam.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was a really good set. Tokido jumping out of the corner on wake up is like, and Momochi was trying to do it too, but both of them were just like up forward. Because if you do throw there, throw will lose to a hold up forward, and if you do non-meaty button, they're just jumping out. So it's like whatever, right?
Okay. Well, that's good to hear for Tokido here, but let's scroll through here. Like we said, there was a bunch of other games here.
There was a lot of games that seemed besides just Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, and come on, there it is. So, BlazBlue Central Fiction.
Second place.
Fourth place, we'll just do Rebel Seo with Jin. Jeishi with 9 and Giuna with Izayoi.
Second place.
Wow, okay. Alden with New 12. Or whichever, I never know which one is which anymore. Revelator, fourth place was Taka with Slayer. Dude, Slayer, so there was a patch that just came out for this game. Slayer has his overhead combos again. I am the saddest human on the planet.
Slayer's going to be silly.
NOB with Soul Bad Guy. Jajamaru with Jam. And first place, Dogura with Raven. Mm-hmm. And so Daru qualifies for Arc Revolution Cup.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. There was also... I guess this was only a Southeast Asia tournament. So let's just go to Tekken here. Fourth place was KGB Plus with Paul and King. I'm Your Mother with King. Arins with Josie. And first place was Meat with King and Brian. KOF. Look at the players in this, right?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Nemo, Goichi, Dako, and Xiaohai.
Yeah.
That is a crazy tournament.
It was a really, really crazy tournament for KOF. I saw a lot of people talking about it and tweeting about it. I watched a bit of it. It's pretty sick.
Okay. And UMVC3, Horuto with Strider Virgil Akuma. Anton Castilla with Zero Doom Virgil. Birdie with Akuma Joe Hager. And 7110 with Viper Doom Ami.
Yeah.
That's the old school Marlin Pie
classic team, dude.
Yeah, that's the
team is
classic
cool.
Marlin Pie team.
So that was Seam. Seam is really sick.
Also, this happened this weekend was the Fall Classic,
which did not have power because of the hurricane on...
Like the entire Saturday, right?
Yeah. So they ran like the whole tournament on Sunday.
That is ridiculous. That
I can't believe they could do it.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was absurd to me. Like, the fact that they got that whole thing done is crazy.
Yeah, I actually thought they were honestly going to cancel the whole thing and just, like, refund a bunch of people, but they did it.
They ran it, and I can't believe they made it happen. So, good work to them.
And 7th place here in Street Fighter V was K-Brad with Cammy, Ray with Chun. 5th place also PR Balrog with Nakali and Balrog, and EG teammate Ricky Ortiz with Chun-Li. 4th place, John Takeuchi, sponsored by R Kappa at his 2nd international event with Rashid's. 3rd place, Ludovic with who's now on Team NS with Chun-Li. XSK Samurai, number 2 with Ryu. Man should be sponsored.
Yeah, you should.
First place though, Liquid NuckleDu with Guile, Armika, and Nash.
Samurai is now qualified for Capcom Cup, barring Filipino Champ losing his global spot.
Right.
Which is crazy. It's super sick for Samurai. Other thing, Grand Finals. NuckleDu is in loser side. It was an 18-minute Grand Finals. So that includes the reset and includes the other side. It was a beatdown.
He played Guile, right?
Guile Ryu. His Guile is looking so absurd. Like, so remember you watched a few months ago, and like he tried to pull out Guile, like DreamHack,
and
like,
it was like no.
And then like he picked him up like after he said he was inspired by somebody who was playing Guile really well. He picked him up. This guy's Guile looks ridiculous. It looks like he's been the greatest Guile of all time since the dawn of time. Like this guy NuckleDu is absurd.
Nice.
I did a breakdown of that match too on my stream. This fool dude is just the best. Like, dude, he always knows when to just turn on the offense.
Dude, you know, like me and David kept saying that we felt like by the end of Ultra he was like the best US player, you know? And I still believe that. I still believe he was at least top 2, top 3.
He was so good. Yeah, I mean, top 8 at Evo, Capcom Cup qualified. He like made it the furthest out of any US player.
I remember, like at Evo after he got top 8, like I saw him on stage and he was like, I guess I was like, congratulations. He's like, I guess. I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
Top 8 at Evo.
And I told him, I was like, I honestly believe like you're the best in America right now. And he was like, really? Like he just totally didn't believe it. But no, he's so super good, so I'm not surprised he's doing it. I need to go watch that because I want to see some Guile Ryu beat. I want to see
Guile. He makes Guile look so good.
The worst thing about it is Guile can stop Ryu's EX fireballs with no meter.
Yeah, just V skill, boom.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that Du is so good about is recognizing when he has time to get the V skill out or not. And so, like, man, it was bad. And, like, it's not even like Samurai played bad. Like, you could tell he was kind of learning how to fight against Guile in this game. But, like, Du is just like so good. Like there's a round right where he's just zoning Samurai the whole time. Samurai throws like one fireball, dude just jumps it. And I'm like, dang.
That's the worst. That is the worst.
This fool is ridiculous. It was such a sick set.
But you know what made me actually really sad? The saddest thing that I saw was NuckleDu put out a tweet with a picture of him and Takeuchi. And he's like, this kid is really good.
This kid?
And I was like, did NuckleDu just call someone a kid?
How old is dude? He's like 20?
And it's correct.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is NuckleDu can actually call Takeuchi a kid.
Dude is like what? How old is dude? Like 19 or 20?
20?
He's like my age, right?
Yeah, or something like that, yeah. I mean, I think he's like maybe 20, 21 now.
Okay.
Takeuchi's 16. So he has...
I thought he was 18.
Is he 18?
I hope he's not 16. That is crazy. I don't know how young he is, but what the heck?
Yeah.
These guys are kids to me. These damn kids and their street fightings. Dude was 21. Okay, so
yeah. But dude, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. So, but shout outs to them, and then TFC, of course, tons of events here. So Blue MVP with Flamefist Liu Kang, Gur with Ruthless Ferritor, and Baritsu Boraicho. Sorry, Bartitsu.
Yeah, Bartitsu.
Okay. Fifth place was Baby with Kwatan Warrior. Goro, Smork Triborg. Did I just say Smork? I really said Smork Triborg.
Smorkborg.
And Tigrar Fury Goro. Okay.
Just say the character.
Yeah, I know. I'm done with this. Killadilla with Triborg. Last Karma with every character on the planet. Yep. Cusco with Sonya Blade. Silver Rai with Liu Kang. And first place was Zappa with Shinnok.
Yeah.
And King of Fighters. Seventh place was Gimpy. Just Defend. Fifth place was Meanest Rage and I guess Shigas or Zgas. Fourth place was Shinblade. Third place Pack Strife. Second place Slayton, and first place Game Wizard with Love, Betty Maru, and K. Okay, wasn't he? Oh, okay, no. Okay, never mind. Third Strike.
I can't believe I didn't even think they ran a Third Strike tournament there. Super funny.
Totally. I remember David tweeting it out. He was like,
that's what I saw.
They're going. Fifth place was 5-star. What 5-star was at TFC? He's like one of the old school family fun greatest Kens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what the heck is he doing over there, dude? They're all over there. Frankie 3S with Ken was in fifth place. What the heck were all these people doing there? That's pretty cool. So third place was Yuki with Yun. Second place, the guy who ran the tournament, Nika KO with Yang, and first place Ryan with Chun Li. That's so crazy.
Yeah, all those guys, man. Those third strike
You remember
players.
that family fun days,
they were
right?
those movers back in the day, the silent pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was all black and white.
Yeah,
Commentary was actually title cards.
Yeah.
You thought the replays were interrupting now, but it was like fight, ding, 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 ding. You hear the piano. It's like, oh my gosh, what a jump in, ding, 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 ding. It's like all the film like.
That would be sick. I want to see a video like that. Third strike. That was good.
Guilty Gear Revelator, 4th place was VR Raiden with Soul, Himecut with Leo Whitefang, 2nd place Princess Slim with Bedman, 1st place BZB with Chip Zanuff. UMVC 3, 4th place was Crescent, 3rd place Roach King, 2nd place Syntax, and 1st place was Ray Ray. They had DOA there. Of course, Big E's always huge about supporting them.
DOA community, yeah.
Big E and Larry, Shin Blanca. 4th place was Black Moon Rising X, Excalibur Blades, 3rd place. 2nd place, Hoodless. 1st place was Quiggles. Makes sense. And in Tekken Tag 2, 4th place was Ukemi Just. 3rd place, Ace Unlimited. 2nd place, Shin Blade. 1st place, Cute Tricks. And Killer Instinct. 4th place, Rancid 21. 3rd place, Super Famicom Sneak. 2nd place, Young Devil Ron. And 1st place was Nightmare Zen.
Yep.
With Shadow Jago and Jago. Let me just burn through the last few results as fast as we can.
Yeah, CEOtaku happened.
We are, yeah. Oh, let's take some time with CEOtaku. So CEOtaku, obviously.
We have a lot of results.
Yeah, there's too many results. We could probably even just talk a little bit about like just the
event.
Pure saturation of events right now.
It's crazy, man. Like the more you think about it, the more absurd it is that like how many ranking events are there for CPT? There's like 80,567,000.
Like, and then like ESL comes along. That's not even a CPT event.
ESL is a non-CPT event. CEOtaku is its own event. Like, there's so many events.
Right.
Like, it's just crazy. I've seen a lot of people talking recently about how many events there are. It's really hard to follow even as like a spectator.
Dude, Justin, like he always tweets out like his schedule that he's written on notes on his phone.
Oh, the audio's messed up? What happened? I see robots.
Oh, are we in bzz sound all of a sudden?
Bzz mode?
Wow. We haven't had that problem in like forever.
That's a new one.
Like that happened a long time ago, but let's see.
48 ranking events? Holy shit.
48 ranking events, it's nuts. But again, CEOtaku. What's great about this event, obviously, is that they, the main events are the Arxis games like Guilty Gear. So it's really still happening. It's kind of in and out. Interesting.
Audio's a blow up.
Dude, audio sucks.
It's the hardest thing.
I hate it.
It's cracking.
I mean, we're sharing one mic.
There's just one.
I don't know how you're not crackling or you are crackling and I am not. Or
wait, I sound fine? Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. They said at first it was you, now it's me.
Now they just keep saying absurd. I wonder if it's just looping or something.
I don't know. Well, they say there we go, so people are saying it's gone. Okay.
It's fine.
CEOtaku. Really
Happened.
cool. That they cater to the, and they also build a lot of extra other games as well. So there you go. So Guilty Gear Revelator, 7th place was BZB Chips Enough, who we also saw. So this was 2 weekends ago. That's why BZB was here and at TFC.
Right.
Shine with Potemkin. Let's go Potemkin. 5th place. Hotashi with Elfelt and Kusanagi with Ramthal. That's not the same Kusanagi as the Latin America Kusanagi.
I think it is.
Is it?
Because I think he was there for KOL.
Oh, wow. Good stuff. Okay. 4th place was Kid Viper with Johnny. Let's go, Johnny. 3rd place, Doran 2K with Jam Kuraraberi. 2nd place, PG Marlin Pie was out to 1. And 1st place, Kadako from Japan with May. And I did see the grand finals of this one. And he was doing some damage with this character. It was ridiculous.
Japanese players, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Japanese player won. They were unable to defend the...
Nothing unusual there. All's right in the world.
Pretty much. BlazBlue, this one was interesting. So Uri with Lychee and Beta Dude with Ragna. Like with Hibiki and Nakil with Tsubaki in 5th place. 4th place was Tectal Eastside with New. 3rd place D-Smooth 12 with Celica. 2nd place Kizzy K, Let's Go Jin. And 1st place, Barker Dave with Arakune.
Good stuff.
Which made some people very sad.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people very much dislike this character. Yeah. So, yeah, Arakune.
Crazy monster thing fighting everybody.
I mean, I see people in chat already yelling at Arakune.
Yeah.
So. KOF 14. 7th place was Vicio.
I knew he was in there. Yes.
Donka.
That's the one. I talked to him the weekend before at Wizard World Austin. He's like, I'm going to go to CEOtaku and play KOF. He's like, I'm going to do well there. And I was like, so if I tell people that you will do well at KOF there, you're going to be well? He's like, dude, I've been playing nothing but KOF. I'm sick of this game. I'm going to do well. I was like, okay. All right, man. And then there it is.
Good job. Well, Kusanagi got 5th place.
Yeah, that's who he said he was scared of, by the way. He's like, Kusanagi is really good at KOF. Okay. So.
5th place was also Pedro. 4th place was El Rosa. 3rd place, our own boy, Nerd Josh. 2nd place, Violent Kane. And 1st place, Kyame with Verse, Nakaruru, and Love.
Yep.
Interesting.
Love is cool, man. She also turned out to be really good. I was like, man, I want to play this Love character. Everybody's like, ugh, whack. Now she's good. I knew it. I have good taste.
Oh, it's interesting. Oh, I mean, Verse, so he's legal then, right? So
I guess, yeah. Okay.
But what's interesting is that there's only 2 Nakarurus in here. You know, Nakaruru, everyone says, is super good.
She only got 1st and 3rd.
Yeah. But Mature, also character. Another super character. Skullgirl, 2nd encore. 4th place was Kennen Black. 3rd place, Swift Fox Dash. 2nd place, The Kill Sage with 17 billion teams.
What the heck, dude?
1st place, of course, Sonic Fox with Ophelia Double and Fuqua. Sonic Fox is the god at Skullgirls. In fact, it is his favorite fighting game. Melty Blood, 4th place was Kusanagi. 3rd place was Greats. 2nd place was Butterfree. And 1st place was Scrot Vermilion. Accent Core Plus R was played there as well. Ooh, beautiful dude got 5th place. Nice. Dude, it's hard going back and forth between games like that.
It's really hard.
He can do that.
To play a game, especially where it's the same character, where like certain things work and not, and you have to remember like, does this character have this in this matchup or whatever? I don't remember. Like, I don't know how he does it.
That's pretty good. 4th place was Faulty Defense with Chip, Brett with Johnny in 3rd. 2nd place, Mr. Elvin Shadow of Frosty Faustings with Faust. And 1st place, Kadako with May.
See a pattern here.
Yeah, exactly. Under Night and Birth. 4th place, CR Sonic Fox with Carmine. 3rd place, Loli Maiko with Batista. 2nd place, Klim with Merkava. And 1st place, once again, Breaker Dave with Merkava.
Good work.
Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Edition.
My favorite game.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I know I want to be fair to every fighting game.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything about this fighting game.
I haven't either.
I don't know anything about this game. 4th place, Kirito 201. 3rd place, Delta. 2nd place, Beans Gano. And 1st place was Kame.
Love that Kusanagi also 5th in this game.
Jeez, this guy plays.
What has that been so far? KOF? Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax?
He was in Melty Blood. Yeah, and King of Fighters.
There's probably one more, I'd bet.
Persona 4. 4th place was Grant with Kanji. 3rd place, Nano with Yukari. 2nd place, LTL with Ken. And 1st was Tectal Eastside with Rise. And then Catherine, which they made a main game.
Yeah.
4th place was Macester Sketches. 3rd place, Ghoul 02. 2nd place, Mike Muscles. And 1st place, Dacid Bro.
They know Toph in top 4?
Yeah, he actually got beat kind of early.
Man, what happened, Toph?
And Mike Muscles, of course, the prodigy of Dacid Bro right now. Nitroplus Blasters, 4th place, Tamaki with Really, I guess. 3rd place, Mada with Ignis. 2nd place, Giuseppe with Saber, Mora, Oka, and Homura. And 1st place was Kyame with Ignis, Sonico, and Ethica. So Kyame has 1st place there. He had a 1st place in Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax, and he had a 1st place in King of Fighters 14. So
all right.
This guy is winning a lot of games here. Aquapaza, hey, speaking of Kyame, 1st place. Kohime Embu. 1st place went to Great with Rofu and Chinkyu. Arcana Heart, Love Max, Kyame again. 1st place. Dude? This guy is the most well-rounded player here. Vampire Savior. 1st place, Rover Ruckus with Zabble.
Man, what a crazy event. Super cool that CEOtaku got to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you guys were in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah,
you're in Brooklyn Beatdown ESL. We were at TwitchCon.
That's right.
Playing Breakaway.
Yeah, just so many events going on at the same time. So, but
hard, man. Saturation of events is a super big problem. Yeah, Abigate Cup happened, and
Abigate Cup was that weekend. 7th place, I Am Tren. Sean W. Sham Wow in 5th place. Yukadon in 5th place. Oh, he's sponsored by UDeal now.
Yeah, UDeal.
4th place is Bonchan. 3rd place, KOF Master with a Fong. 2nd place, Koichi. And 1st place, Eita.
Shout out to Damascus, by the way, whose commentary is always hilarious.
Oh,
and does an awesome job all the time.
I actually didn't get to hear it.
It was super funny. Dubaigo was on stream. The guy, you know how there's all those fake Daigo names?
Yeah.
He had Dubaigo Ume Halal or whatever his name is.
Okay.
That guy was on stream. That was super funny, by the way.
Let's also do some more results here, actually. There we go.
Dubaigo, man, what a name.
Also, that happened just this past weekend was the Big House 6.
The Big House 6, which was sick.
Yeah.
I watched it. I got to listen to the commentary. Toph is the commentary meme master. That fool was spouting memes left and right. I was like, oh my god. Somebody has told me, they're like, what about Z? Is he not the meme master? But
yeah,
I feel like Z is not doing memes. Most of the time he's like...
It's pop culture reference.
Current events, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I don't even watch the news. I just listen to Z commentate.
Yeah.
And that's how I know about things. He's like Ken with the hurricane kick, just like the hurricane in Florida. And I'm like, oh, there's a hurricane in Florida. Like, I'm not even listening to the news anymore. I just listen to Z. He's like, yeah, like, he looks like he's taxed up there playing this match, just like the tax plan that Obama's put in. I'm like, oh, Obama has a tax plan. Let's hear it. Like, that's what Z is for, dude. It's so sick. So.
The interesting thing here, we've got Plup at 17th and Leffen at 17th as well.
Yeah, Leffen was playing side characters, I think.
Yeah, he was not playing his main because he's trying to get back in shape, is what he said. Dude. So, yeah.
Excuses. Johns.
Top 8. Wizrobe with Captain Falcon and Pew Pew U with Marth.
Let's go, Kevin. Go work.
5th place, SFAT with Fox and Hungry Box with Jigglypuff. 4th place, Mewtwo King with Marth and Sheik. 3rd place, Ice with Fox. And then Grand Finals was a Genesis Classic. Of course, Mango and Armada.
Yep.
With Mango taking it this time. So far, it seems Mango has not been suffering any consequences of anything.
I don't know what any of the results of that are, or if there is any results at all, but he won.
Yeah, he won.
I think this is like the 4th or 5th biggest Smash tournament of all time or something like that in terms of entry numbers, so that's cool.
I heard the Grand Finals was super good, though.
It was really close, yeah.
Okay. Also was, I think it was this past weekend, was Geek Weekend 2016 results. It was either this weekend or last weekend.
I don't know.
I think it's 2 weekends ago. The 2 weekends. No, 7th and 8th. It was just this last weekend.
It just happened. So that's why there was no MOV at, what's it called? Seam.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
because he was here taking some points. We had, I'm just going to do top 4. Fruit with Laura and Chun-Li. Dark Jawa with Ken. I'm still calling him Dark Jawa, even though he's just Jawa now. 2nd place was Big Bird with Ken. Did really well.
Big Bird's so good.
And MOV taking all these points here. I believe this was a Europe qualifier. Yeah, it is a Europe qualifier. So I think MOV makes it into Capcom Cup via Europe now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the plan, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why
he should be in
I
mean, he got top 8 at EVO and I don't know.
Then the Liga Oficial PlayStation Tournament 2016 results here. We have Will to Pack in 5th place here. GS TKR in 4th place. Mr. Crimson in 3rd. CCL in 2nd with Chun-Li and Luffy taking it with our...
Was now qualified for Capcom Cup for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Luffy's in Capcom Cup. Another player who had sort of like a weird start to the game and then is now doing super well.
Right. I mean, it's just going to take time. It's going to take time for
everybody's figuring stuff out. And then now that they figure stuff out, there's going to be a balance thing in Season 2, and they're going to be like, all right, well.
Yep. And then there was a tournament called Fighting Games Challenge in Poland. And this one, 7th place was Pax with Karen and Ryan Hart with Ken. Wow, in 7th place. That's a surprise. 5th place was Problem X with Alex and Panda TV's Joa with Ken. 4th place, CCL once again with Chun-Li. 3rd place, Mr. Crimson with Laura and Dalsum. 2nd place was Luffy with Armika. And 1st place was MOV with Chun-Li. So these guys then the next weekend went and won their own respective tournaments. So just too many events. And then finally there's Treta Championships in the Latin area in Brazil.
Is this actually the last one we have?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
And 4th place was Ramon with Armika. Third place was Didimo KOF, probably, with Dalsum. Second place, Kayoma with Karen. And first place, Dark H18 with Alex. Alex took a tournament.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, there's a lot of events happening at the same time always. It's absolutely absurd how many events there are. Somebody said in the chat there's 48 ranking events if you don't count regional finals as ranking events, because they're sort of premieres.
They're premiere events, yeah.
Yeah, they're basically premieres. There's only 2 actual premieres left, which is SCR, Canada Cup. Right, so just those 2, and then there's the regional finals, which are also sort of premieres because you qualify automatically for winning them. But yeah, there's so many damn events. Somehow though...
Oh, dang, I didn't even notice that. Curly W says that Axe at the Big House 6
he got dunked.
65th.
Yeah, he got dunked. He lost in like pools to somebody, I think, or like right out of pools he lost to somebody. Yeah, he got dunked for sure. Yeah, actually, he got beat up.
Let me do something here really quick.
But yeah, like in terms of events, it's just absurd how many events there are. It's crazy to me. I don't understand why there's so many. I think that it's pretty crazy that they continue to have so many events, just like all these weekends in a row. They're all stacked up. Like this weekend is SCR, which is the final premiere event. But also there is, or one of the final premiere events, but also there's the European regional final this weekend in Milan. So Daigo is going to be there, and a lot of the European players will be there. Meanwhile, SCR is looking stacked to the high heavens. It's looking like such a crazy
Everybody's
event.
showing up to that thing. And so let's take it. Oh, Smash 4 also happened at the Big House as well.
Right.
I forgot to grab that.
Sorry.
Can I reopen closed tab here?
You know what's crazy about all these events happening though, James?
What's that?
Not all of them are still hiring commentators. Isn't that weird? You know, I want you guys to know, every time you watch an event and there's 2 random Joe Schmoes on commentary that you've never heard of and you hate it, you should just be quietly, politely messaging the tournament organizer and asking them that why they did not indeed hire commentators. Like Steve and I were sitting around this weekend doing nothing.
There's definitely a kind of like a half and halfness to it, right? Because at the same time, you do want more well-known commentators at events, but at the same time, it's good to give a lot of these guys chances.
Up and coming commentators,
there's a lot of good chances to do that. For sure. So, that's cool. But I mean, look, we've been talking about results for over an hour already. Let me just go through this real quick. If you look here at the global leaderboards.
Yeah, who's qualified for Capcom Cup?
The global leaderboards, obviously the green ones are the people who have qualified by Premier. The blue ones are the ones that are qualifying by points. And you can see right now, Filipino Champ is the kind of the person who can wreck things. If people pass him up and he drops out of this, then he has to qualify for the North American ones, and that starts when other people start.
That's going to be a problem. That's what if Samurai's in trouble if Filipino Champ drops out of global.
Right.
That's going to be the problem.
And so in the Asia region here, it's currently Mago and Kazunoko who are qualifying. But you can see Haitani's not that far behind. But are there any more Asian events that are...
I'm trying to think if there's any other ranking events happening. Yeah. There's probably... I don't know, actually. I know that... So the Asia final is scheduled for next month, right?
Oh,
isn't it?
Okay.
Or is it...
Those qualifiers don't give points either, so...
No, they don't. So you have to just qualify through it. But that's the thing, right, is you have to think the regional finals are all coming up super soon.
Right.
The NA one is at the start of next month. I think Asia one is also next month. Europe is this weekend.
Right.
Latin America is, I'm trying to think when.
The weekend after Canada Cup, so it might be the same thing as the North America ones. Might be the same.
Is it? I thought it was the same weekend as Canada Cup, but like the final itself is like the next week.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's something like that.
Okay.
So it's like, all these ranking finals are coming up soon, and those are chances for people to qualify, and that's going to shake things up. So there's like people that we know for sure are going to be in.
Right. So this is cool here. So Brolinho and Mysterio made it into the Latin region. Mysterio actually got enough points to pass K-Brad.
Yeah.
Justin probably won't be attending this event, even though he's allowed to. So.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already qualified globally through points anyway.
Exactly.
He has like the 3rd or 4th most points or something like that overall anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Europe here, which you said theirs is coming up this weekend, right? So,
yeah, Milan Game Show I think is their finals, and that's this weekend.
Crimson and Problem X are going in there, so Ryan Hart looks like he might not be able to get in there unless he just wins that regional one, which he can very well do.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy at the end. It's a mad dash to qualify, and there's like a lot of people who are in positions where it's like, well, if this player gets 3rd place at this event and then this guy wins, and then I'm in. Yeah. But if this guy gets 2nd and the other guy gets...
Here's the perfect example right now. Ricky Ortiz and XSK Samurai are in the North America region. right? But we mentioned Filipino man. He's a Filipino champ. He's in 4th place here. If he, on the global leaderboard here, falls down low enough so that he's not here anymore, he's not qualifying on this board anymore.
Yes.
So then he becomes the qualifier here, and XSK Samurai drops out of that.
And Chris Tarian's right there, who you have to remember is going to be at a couple events.
That's right.
So, like, he is vying for a spot in global as well. Because he's at the very tail end of the global points right now. Man. It's going to be real funky. It's one of those situations where, like, I'm not jealous of whoever job it is to figure out who's going to qualify.
Yeah, because the craziest part about it right now is that we still have SCR, which will give points. And Canada
also
Cup.
A premier event.
Yeah, and Canada Cup will give points. So we'll get auto qualifiers and people getting a bunch of points, and they're both part of the North American. So, dude, it's
going to be funky. But if you're like Chris Tarian or anybody who's at the very bottom of the global points right now, you are praying that, like, Tokido and, like, people who are already like Infiltration and Tokido Momochi all just win the rest of the events.
Yeah.
So that there's not any new qualifiers above you. Because as long as that's the way it stays, they'll be fine. But if new people win and are qualified now, it's going to bump him down.
Right, because of the global board here, because Tokido just won SEAM, he turned another spot into a blue qualifier here, right? So that's why these guys are making it in there. Had someone else done it, this spot wouldn't have been here, and Filipino champ would be on the verge of...
Right.
So in other words, the XSK Samurai needs to, like, give a lot of money to Infiltration for killing a bunch of premier spots.
Yeah, Infiltration killing all those premier spots is really great for other people trying to qualify through points like that, but... Yeah, killing premiers by having the same winners over and over makes it so crazy at the end. It also means more people get in through points. So it's real funky. It's if Chris Tarian is praying to Lord Momochi to win all of these events or Tokido or something like that, because it's going to be important.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't update the topics. We were doing all the other stuff. But let's take a quick break. And you know what? Maybe we'll just do one break, come back, and then just, like, power through everything else or something like that.
Yeah, we're on, like, events now, right?
Yeah, we're on just upcoming events, games, and community.
Yeah, stuff, right. So we're like halfway through.
Yeah, exactly. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll do just the rest of the show.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Be right back.
Hey, welcome back to the Ultra Chen TV Tuesday show.
It's just me and Steven.
We don't have a normal intro because David's not here. This is why we have to delegate responsibilities better.
Yeah, well, talking about some events, I did want to bring up the fact that, I've gone esports.
You did. You sold out, James.
Yeah, I sold out. I'm commentating a non-fighting game.
Yeah.
I got to commentate for the Classic Tetris World Championships exhibition this past weekend.
I knew you were a sellout, James.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it deep in my heart. I was like, he's going to join me soon, become a sellout.
But, it was sick, though. So, shout-outs to Oliver Ling, because they posted it on their Facebook. They're like, we're auditioning for commentators.
Yeah.
And Oliver just tagged me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So I messaged, I just wrote on the thing. I was like, when is it? How is it going to work?
Yeah.
Because I knew I was busy this weekend. I was going to be at home, so I couldn't travel anywhere to do anything. And then they just private messaged me, and they're like, some of the guys here know who you are. Like,
he doesn't want you to do it?
No, they said, please submit an audition. Okay. So they wanted it to be fair, right? And so I submitted the audition. They selected me to do it.
Dang, you're like the famous actor that gets the role. It's like, oh my god, this guy's interested. Like, we have to make him do an audition, just to be fair.
Look, I'm just going to say that what they did was sick, too. Because I actually commentated from here with someone else who was somewhere else. And they were streaming from a third location, and it all worked.
That's so crazy.
And the way that it worked is they're actually playing on 4 Nintendos with CRTs. But there's a pass-through that gets captured by some program this guy wrote that analyzes the pieces that come down so that it counts how many long pieces there have been, will in real time draw the score differential between two players, and actually takes the graphics and redraws it in HD.
So it's like super duper crazy advanced Tetris esports.
It is super sick. It was really, really cool. And look, I love Tetris.
Look, if you're going to leave the FGC behind, become a famous esports Tetris commentator, I don't blame you. That's totally fine.
And so this was to advertise the Classic Tetris World Championships that's taking place at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. That's going to be taking place the same weekend that Proving Grounds is going to be taking place. 22nd and the 23rd. And they even said that they got a lot of good feedback, and they said if I was free that weekend that they would fly me out there to do commentary at that event. And Oof. I'm like, next year 100%.
Yeah.
Next year 100% I'm doing that, but we are going to be helping with Red Bull. So
right.
You know,
that's the same weekend as the Proving Grounds final or Battlegrounds?
Proving Grounds.
It's the same weekend as Proving Grounds. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
next weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not this coming weekend, but the weekend
next
after
weekend,
that.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
But dude, Tetris, like, I love that game to death, and watching it, like, I want to enter. Like, I want to play. I want to practice. I want to bust out my old nest just so I can practice.
Oh man, that's sick.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Esports Tetris commentator James. You know that his Twitter bio now is gonna be FGC/Tetris commentator.
Because I always said, like, if I was ever gonna do commentary for a game that wasn't a fighting game, I said the only game that I'd probably be willing to do it right now is Splatoon.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about Tetris.
Tetris,
when I saw that, I was like, oh, I have to do this. And you know, they were cool. They let me because I was in New York that weekend that the auditions were due.
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't have to do it any fancy, because they just put up a video that they wanted you to commentate with. So it was literally just a phone recording of me commentating while the phone was pointed at the video. So that was
Who filmed it for you?
Me. I was just.
Oh dang!
I put it on a box. I put it on a box. I just had it there, and I was just commentating. So,
sick.
Yeah. But dude, Tetris is
big famous James Chen.
Tetris is the best. Dude.
That's sick. Super awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a great time with that. But okay, let's move on here. Let's talk about some upcoming event news.
There's so many.
Before we get to what's coming up this weekend, let's talk about. I lost my page here. Oh, there we go. So you mentioned, actually this is coming up this weekend, right? Is the Milan Games Week is hosting the Capcom Pro Tour European Regional Finals.
Right, yeah.
So that'll be taking place this weekend. It will actually be on the Capcom Fighters Twitch channel. So I'm guessing that they're going to try to cycle between that and SCR at the same time.
That's going to be funky because SCR posted the schedule or whatever. There's no way that that's not overlapping, right?
I don't know.
Do they have like a Capcom Fighters 2 channel or something? It's like another channel?
I have no idea how they're going to do this.
Because SCR is from like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday. There's no way that there's not overlapping with the EU ranking final, right? Yeah, and all of that time frame? I don't know. It sounds like somebody either thought about this or did not think about this, and there's going to be an issue.
All of the action will be streamed live on the Capcom Fighters Twitch. Who knows? We'll see how they do it. Good luck to them. Good luck to them.
We'll see.
But yeah, we mentioned SoCal Regionals coming up this weekend. Let's just talk about it now.
Yeah, SCR's coming up.
This is gonna be a killer event. There's so many
stacked to the high heavens.
I know. Let me see if I can find the SoCal Regionals webpage because
it has some of the people who entered, right?
Yeah, Vi just put that up. Is it?
I know just off the top of my head, like Momochi. I don't think Tokido's coming. I think one of Momochi or Tokido is coming. Okay. Daigo is going to the Milan EU ranking finals, so he'll be there. But like every other Japanese top player and American top player that you can think of is here, including like XYZZY is going to be here. Going out will be here.
Going to be here too.
Xiaohai will be at Wednesday Night Fights, and he will be at SCR. So tomorrow night, literally 24 hours from now, SCR or Wednesday Night Fights, Xiaohai will be here.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see him play KOF.
Yeah, he wants to body everyone in KOF.
Everybody asked him, they're like, because he recently made a Twitter. Everybody was like, "Will you play KOF?" And he's like, "I like free money, so yes, of course I'll be entering KOF." Like,
so here we go. We have Gamer B, so Chai Rithi from Canada. Oh, he's listed everyone outside of even SoCal here. So XSK Samurai, Nuki from Japan, Momochi's, Oil King from Taiwan is going to show up. Knuckle Do is going to be here. LPN, Julio, BJ Unchained, Haitani, Xiaohai, Tampa Bison, Zizi, or however you pronounce that.
XYZZY, whatever.
Because there's no X at the end, because then it would be Zizix, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that. So anyway.
I just say it out.
Oh, Snake Eyes, he has him listed as no longer from SoCal. Sad face.
Yeah.
Daigo, but he might be going to Milan, so he is.
I think that he is, yeah.
Kusanagi's going to be here. Apology Man, Rom, Fubar Duck, Mike and Ike, 12, I Peru, Sonic Fox. Oh, MK is going to be nuts.
MK is going to be nuts. It has like a $10,000 pop bonus. It's brand new patch that just came out.
Oh, that's right.
Sonic Fox is playing Cryomancer or something. Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Jace the Ace, and then SPM Kaba from Dominican Republic, DR Taxto from Dominican Republic, 801 Strider, K-Brad, Dogura from Japan, Goichi, Eita, PR Balrog, Yukadon is coming.
Yes.
Ricky Ortiz, Justin Wong, F-Champ, Mena RD from the
Birdie
Dominican
player.
Republic,
Whoa.
Mago DR Ray from the Dominican Republic, Guilty Ramasama, and the Mocha Latte. So that's the list that he has for that. That is a ridiculous
And
list.
signups are still open.
Yeah,
So,
well, I think
nobody
they
else.
just
Or did they
closed.
just close?
I think they just
There's
closed, but that
on-site
might be
signups.
on-site. Yeah.
So I was planning to do a stream probably Thursday when everything's finalized and go over the brackets and just talk about how this tournament's gonna be, because like it's gonna be, these are the best kind of tournaments because you know it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like you know that some people who are really good are gonna lose and they're gonna be pissed and they're gonna get like 17th place and you're gonna be like, what, that fool is mad good, how did he get 17th place? And it's gonna be like, well, he lost to Momochi and Jauha.
Yeah, but that's gonna be this weekend, and of course there's gonna obviously you're gonna watch most of the other games on Level Up Live.
Right, I think it's gonna mostly be probably KOF and MKX.
Yeah. The Street Fighter stuff is going to be streamed, of course, on Capcom Fighters.
Right.
But there's a lot of games going on. There's going to be KI is going to be there
Killer
as
Instinct
well.
will be there.
Marvel's going to be there.
This is like a huge Tekken tournament. That's like the second most entered game, I think.
Really?
It's free to enter a Tekken tournament.
Holy crap.
For Tekken 7 there.
Oh my god. Okay.
Which I know TCC will be doing some commentary for us.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good stuff. And yeah, so SCR is going to be awesome event. That's going to be this weekend, so you do not want to miss that.
In Southern California. We don't have to travel. We just get to
I
stay
know.
here.
I know. I'm so happy about that.
Are you even going to get a hotel or are you just going to drive every day?
I'm actually, we're getting a hotel.
I figured, yeah. It's pretty far to drive.
Yeah,
for me, it's like 20 minutes.
Right, so
it's
you
not
can
that
just stay
bad.
at home, right?
Yeah.
You're going to stay at home. So for us, it's a little bit of a drive. So.
Yeah.
But man, and what's cool is, so they announced first, actually, that Canada Cup was going to be the first King of Fighters 14 World Championship qualifier.
Right.
So they just announced the World Championship for King of Fighters. So they announced it as the first one, but then Southern California Regionals got that as well. So they are also going to be a World Championship qualifier, and they get a $1,000 prize bonus pot.
Yo, Jauhai?
Yeah, I know.
He's
right?
here. Uh-oh.
But you know what? He's got some good people like Luis Cha and, you know, Reynold and all those guys there.
Oh, Reynold. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Dude.
I know Josh is there, too.
Yeah,
Josh is really good.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if... Goichi is coming, right? And Goichi is super good
that's
also.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, this is going to be sick. SCR is going to be super duper
There's
duper
going to be
stacked.
so many good matches there, and for every game.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that Mortal Kombat because I heard like all the East Coast guys are coming out. Like they've never come to a West Coast tournament before, and like all of them are coming out here, and so that's going to be super exciting.
It's going to be good.
Northeast Championships. They said that if they can get 256 entrants for King of Fighters, they will add a giant pot bonus. So, of course, this is one of Big E's events, and Big E
They said the
tends to
guaranteed pot will reach 7,000 if they can get 256 entrants. That's so much money.
Dang.
That's a lot.
And yeah, and again, look, I don't know. I mean, I know people think the game looks ugly. It does.
It's super fun, though.
Yeah, but it's such a good game. It's so fun. I've been really enjoying it. It's the most fun I've had in a fighting game for a while now. So, and Canada Cup, Super Turbo event, it's getting big there. Three Japanese players are coming out there: Shugatsu, Kusamundo, 2 Honda players, and Matsun, the Ken player.
I wonder if you guys are gonna be able to do commentary for that.
I
hope
want
so,
to.
guys.
If I have a break, I'm like just gonna run over there and do it. I don't even care.
It's gonna be like the phone commentary.
Yeah. But they're gonna get $500 pot bonus. So they got a $500 pot bonus. So because any game at Canada Cup that got 50 players signed up for it was gonna get a $500 pot bonus. And they did that, so there you go. Super Turbo is going to be crazy over there. I'm going to be so excited. Because even a lot of the strong SoCal players, like El Trouble, Killer Miller, is going to be out there. So
awesome.
Lots of cool stuff. Beast 7 now is returning to Gothenburg, Sweden on February 17th and 19th. This is a big Smash tournament.
Yeah.
Sweden Smash tournament. Of course, Sweden is where Armada and Leffen are from.
Right.
So,
and their season of tournaments is different than ours. It's like later in the year that it starts.
Yeah.
Because, like the tournament season, even though it's all year round, for fighting games really starts in like March. And then it's like super saturated until the end of the year.
Yeah, well, it's weird because there's 2 finals. There's Evo and then there's Capcom Cup for Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
So for most games, it's Evo, but then for Street Fighter specifically, it feels like it gets all the way to December.
Right.
But also, I should mention, but Armada's brother,
Ice.
Was it Ice
or
Android?
Android yeah,
got also sponsored by UGS
Alliance.
as well. Alliance. Sorry.
Yeah, so Alliance and CLG. It's the cool thing about Smash is they have doubles, right? Mm-hmm. So CLG signed the 2 doubles players who play together, which is CLG, SFAT, and Pew Pew. And then Alliance signed Android and Armada, who are now playing teams together. So grand finals of Big House was CLG versus Alliance in like a teams match. So it's really cool. I'm so sad that there's no like team stuff for fighting game really as much. It's kind of a bummer.
There was cross Tekken, right?
There was, but like even imagine KOF where like every person plays a different character or something.
That'd be sick.
Man, I'm sad, but it's pretty cool that they signed another player.
Yeah, and then Red Bull Kumite was announced to come back on April 30th on 2017, and we were there last year. Mm-hmm. I would love to go back. France was pretty dang sick.
It sounded pretty fun. I'm very jealous you guys got to go.
Now, keep in mind, so the main Twitch stream was, of course, F-Word and Logan.
Yes.
And those guys doing that. And again, if it's only a Twitch stream, I want them to do that, right? If they go back to Red Bull TV and want me and David and Gutex back on there, I'm
be sick.
Totally willing to go back. And you know what? Might be able to stick around in France for a little bit and see a little bit more of it.
Dang, because you guys bounced immediately, right?
Yeah, we went straight to Kuwait right away, so we didn't get to see it because I want to check out the...
too bad. Straight to Kuwait.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I didn't get a chance to check out the Louvre. I really want to check. And I heard that you can't even see the whole thing in like 1 or 2 days.
Wow.
That's how big that museum is. So I definitely want to do that. But yeah, that's going to be really cool coming up. So let me move on to some game news now. So we're done with events. Although, let me double check the calendar to make sure I'm not missing anything coming up this weekend. So SoCal Regionals, and then there's also Milan Games
Milan
week.
Games, yeah.
And then this one, let me check this calendar over here. Yeah, there's the Milan Games, SCR. Yeah, this seems like the main ones. Those seem like the main ones there. So okay,
cool. There
we go. So let's move on to game news now. For Tekken 7, they announced that Miguel is coming back.
Yeah.
Miguel is
he got his announcement trailer. He told him you're about to lose. That was pretty cool. Miguel looks cool. I thought the trailer was pretty neat, and also they showed off a new stage in it.
Oh, okay.
It was like a brand new stage, and it has like a balcony break, and
nice,
it looks good.
Yeah, I also saw like a screenshot that someone put up that showed the difference between what Tekken looks like in person and what it looks like even on 1080p on YouTube, and it it's still way better looking in person than it is
I'll tell you, man, PS4 version looks so gross compared to the PC or compared to arcade. Oh man, I was looking at PS4.
Even the PS4 version doesn't look as good?
The PS4 version does not look good.
That's not good.
It looks like it's the PS4 version and not the PC version. Can't wait to play it on PC.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go over here now. Mortal Kombat X patch came out.
Huge balance patch. It's not even like a balance patch in which like I feel like you can just call it a balance patch. It's like the game completely changed.
Yeah, this is like a Mortal Kombat XL point version 2.
It's like XL XXL.
Yeah.
It's like
Mortal Kombat XL Extend.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy how much they change things. Like characters are completely different. There's so many changes to it. Like they changed a lot of the armor stuff. They changed the way runs work. Like if you get hit during a run, you lose stamina.
Yeah.
Starting the run costs 50 half your stamina now.
A lot of people's the cancels into runs
are not as good.
Use way more stamina.
Yeah.
David said the game feels so much more footsie and zony. It's like not as like they put it in between. So MKX used to be rush down, whereas Injustice was like zone. And he says it felt like they found that really beautiful middle ground.
Yeah, because before, like, punishing someone during a run wasn't as bad.
I mean, they didn't lose any stamina.
No,
right? They just fell over, right? That was it. So.
But now, like, you hit someone during a run, they lose so much. So it turned a lot of that into scarier stuff. Finding launchers is a lot harder now. There's not like a bunch of armored launchers that are safe and stuff. And
they gave a lot of wake up double armor moves now beat the meaty 2 hits. And stuff,
that would stuff. So yeah, they took armor stuff. Wake ups, yeah. They took armor away from a lot of moves. They made a lot of things not launch anymore. Like Kung Lao no longer has wake up EX spin.
Oh.
He has to wake up EX teleport for invincibility.
They took away Lakitor's armored uppercut.
They sure did.
Sorry, I'm so sad about that, but you know what?
The change is crazy.
Yeah.
Cryomancer Sub-Zero has a command throw and can tick off of like 8 different strings.
So David actually, I talked to him a lot about it, and he really, really likes what they've done with it. And he said like the changes, like for in the past, like some of Mortal Kombat changes, I've always felt like, why would you change this? Or like they were kind of throwing things at the wall. But he said this one was like really, really intelligently done.
They waited a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since the game was changed, right? So they finally got to sit down and think about it for a long while. Instead of just being like, oh man, Kung Jin's too strong, that.
Right.
And they just like throw out some stuff. They're like, we took away his bow. He no longer has a bow.
Right.
So now he just doesn't have a bow. And you're like, okay, well, thanks. Like, that's just how it was before. But now it's like, it feels like there's some, a lot of thought and effort.
Yeah. So he says he's really happy. And of course, me and David talked about it the last time we streamed. Like, it's cool because it sounds like then that they're going to keep supporting this game. Like, people worried Injustice 2 comes out, they're going to abandon the game, but it doesn't sound
next year Devo, 2 Smash games, 2 NRS games.
Dude, that'd be sick.
That's crazy.
I would be super happy if that happened.
Yeah, they're trying to support both NRS games.
I mean, like, it's so tough because I want every game to be at EVO. Like, I'm happy about every game, and it's not that I want other games to drop out. Like, if EVO could do 15 games, I would be the happiest person.
Hard to do 9.
But EVO would basically, everyone involved in it would be dead.
Yeah.
Oh man. But they did introduce some bugs, so I think there's gonna be a hot fix coming out that's gonna be fixing a lot of those bugs. So and of course they updated the PC version too.
Yeah, MKXL is now on PC.
Yeah, so David's like super happy because like outside of KOF he doesn't need the console anymore.
Right. So. I do not want to buy it on PC. I already bought it and the season pass on Xbox, and I'm like, ugh. I want to buy it on PC too.
Dude, I would love it if Yagarasu was at EVO.
Hey,
I want all fighting games.
Because then it could be your face on the screen.
Yeah, I know, right?
On commentary, that would be sick.
Dude, people always send me and David like tweets like, I was in Japan and at the arcade and I saw this game and your faces are on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Street Fighter 5 came out with some Street Fighter 5 Halloween costumes and stages.
They did the Halloween update, which is why there was this long maintenance all day today.
Yeah.
And they released all these new costumes and this new stage that's real spooky looking.
Yeah, it's new stage.
Yeah,
it's just the Russia stage that they
reskinned, which is like, why not, right? It's super. Dude, I've been saying for forever that KI, I wish they did more stuff like this because one year they did the Christmas stuff, like where Orchid has the candy canes, and like they gave TJ Como the Santa hat and the beard, and they gave Saberwolf reindeer antlers, and I was like, that's so good, right? And they never did it again. And now Street Fighter did this Halloween update, and
they're
it's
limited.
so good.
They're limited.
They are limited.
And I'm just gonna say, Nikali, genius.
Oh, it's so good.
He's the werewolf. He's just normal looking. When he V triggers, then he becomes the wolf.
That's so good. That whoever came up with that idea is a genius, and that is like the best thing you could do. I'm really happy Chun-Li did not get a Halloween outfit because she already has 85 outfits, and some other characters deserved it. Even though Cammy got one, and she already has like a million outfits too, right?
Exactly.
But Alex
I do like
really
Cammy's. Dude. I like
cool.
Cammy's. She's the corpse bride. But the cool thing about it is a lot of people have found out. Capcom teased this on their Twitter that you could modify their costumes, and so they found out it's like holding up and like 3 buttons or something like that.
I think it's like up. 3 punch and kick.
Oh yeah,
right?
Something like that.
It's like that. It's like 3 punch and like kick.
And you can alter some of the costumes. So, for example, Cammy and Chun-Li in their CPT outfits lose the shawl.
Yeah.
And then of course,
Laura's
gonna lose her jersey, so she's just in a 2-piece swimsuit. So yeah.
Genius from Capcom.
Yeah, exactly.
They like selling outfits.
That's
outfit probably spiked like 125%.
That outfit's not making it on ESPN.
No, definitely not. Bikinis? No.
Yeah.
Human body is not okay.
But apparently someone said that some of these Halloween costumes have secrets on them.
Yeah, like
too.
Alex's shirt is not on, so he's just like big and spooky. Like he has this undershirt thing that he wears, and it's like gone in his outfit. I saw. There's like a bunch of cool stuff like that, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah, actually, someone mentioned in the chat DOA does have some Halloween costumes. Yeah, I
think that's such a good idea for games to do seasonal outfits and stuff. It's like
especially for ones that are supposed to survive off of DLC. Right?
Yeah, it's like, do you not like making money? Why would you not do this? It's like Capcom was like, money is great, and they made this, and I'm super a big fan.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see the Christmas outfits.
I am sad. So Shoegazer Jimmy says that he is sad that not everyone got one. I am
Yeah.
sad about that. Like Bison should have had one and stuff like that.
It's okay. Bison's gonna get a Santa Claus outfit for Christmas.
Oh, that would be the sickest thing because he's already kind of dressed that way.
Yeah,
right?
dude. You just change the outfit to red, and then you give him the beard.
Yeah,
because he already has the white beard.
Does he have a top still where he removes his hat? Like,
That would be
Because
good.
then he would have the Santa hat, right? And
Can
he
you
would-
imagine it jingles when he takes it off and just telling you Bison's gonna get Santa Bison.
Santa Bison.
Or
would be
the Grinch.
sickest thing. Oh,
Something.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so sick.
And why not just keep doing it? I mean, they should. I think that's such a good idea. Birdie Santa, yeah, you might be right.
Oh, because he's got the jolly old belly.
Yeah,
for that, huh?
you might be right.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Okay.
You might be right. You got me.
BlazBlue Central Fiction. They had like a new character leaked out, which was a Susano, I guess is how you pronounce it, who's like a mix between Hakumen and one of the other like
Crazy.
Terumi or something. And
Yeah.
so now I think officially there's like 5 Noels and like 3 Ragnas and 2 Hakumens or something like
Story
that.
for this game is so great. Somebody tried to explain it to me once, and I was like, all right, let's stop. I need you to just slow down and start from the top.
The best was seriously the Reddit. It was like either Reddit or it was a conversation on social media where someone's like, "So what's the story of BlazBlue?"
I saw this.
And then someone's like, "Okay, so this person came back in time. And he's over here, but you know, in this timeline, this happened. These people came over here. Then this person became this person, and he came over here, and then these have to defeat him. And this other faction was doing all this stuff, and blah 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 blah." And then the response from the same original poster was, "So what's the story?
What's
of
the real
BlazBlue?"
story? Yeah, quit messing with me. What's the real story? It's like,
Oh man, Dalsum Grinch.
Dawson
Actually,
Grinch would be good.
that would be pretty sick. Just like a green Dalsum and make him the Grinch.
That would be, man. This is why I'm happy that they're doing these outfits.
Yeah,
they're just like, I don't know how much effort it is for them to do, but it's like they're gonna sell like hotcakes, and it makes a lot of sense.
Dude, they've even had like these little figure outfits before for Valentine's Day, where it was like Sakura, Chun-Li, Cammy.
Yeah.
They could just make those into actual costumes.
Dude, Sakura launches in season 2, and she's got the new.
So me
Valentine's
and my friend were messing around with some of the old games on my console, right? And I had Final Fight on Xbox 360. That was their GGPO test, right? And one of the things that you can unlock on there was the American Street Fighter cartoon episode that had the Final Fight Mad Gear game in there. And one of the things that happened in the plot was that Ryu and Ken dress up as punks to join the Mad Gear gang, and they have the dumbest outfits possible. They need to turn those into costumes.
Those would be good outfits?
Now.
What about the Ryu has an outfit where he's kind of dressed like Wongi in Street Fighter 4, right? He has like the outfit where he's got the bandana and like the bunch of stuff. Ryu and Ken Mad Gear costumes.
I want to see if these show up here anywhere. Dude, it's going to be almost impossible to get that because no one's going to remember.
They're dressed up as punks.
Yeah.
I like how the Ken Street Fighter 4 outfit or Street Fighter 5 outfit showed up where he's got like the track jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is a
But
punk.
dude, I really want those costumes. I think that would be hilarious for that. So, but yeah, Susano is a secret character. I guess he's not playable yet or something, or have people been able to play him?
I don't know.
Not sure what the exact story is. But or no, actually, some people have messed with him. Like apparently, here, let me show the screen capture of him. Here, like you can see at the bottom of the screen these 8 locks here. So apparently, like you can lock these things, and it's almost like KI finishers. That when you hit him with a special move, the more that you have unlocked, like the more damage he does or something.
Really?
I think that's kind of what I heard.
Man, all the BlazBlue characters are like their own game. Like each character has its own system mechanics that are so crazy.
Oh, you know what? GTO Akira brings up something about the Treta incident. You know, Kamo got second place there.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Cause didn't someone's controller like pause the game or something?
Yeah, like so Kiyomo was winning or something like that. The match was happening, and then like right in the middle, someone paused the game, and it was like a third-party controller. And as the TOs were trying to figure out who paused, they determined like, okay, it wasn't player 1 or player 2, and then that controller just turned the console off. Like in the middle of the set.
Right.
And like Kiyoma just ended up losing all his momentum, and the other person won. That is super messed up.
That sucks.
That is super messed up. That's why you have to first of all desync controllers. But Kiyoma got robbed.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Look, there's a lot of the events these days have a staff member at the table so that as soon as a match finishes, they immediately go into the menu and desync the controllers. If you are running a Street Fighter V tournament, you have to do that now. That is just something you have to have someone at the station to desync controllers after every match. So,
Yep.
yeah, that sucks. Because if you don't do that, there is chances for people to try to do some sort of daft.
What happened there?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody literally just sabotaged Kioma in the middle of grand finals because he felt like it.
Right.
That's super, super jank and stupid.
Yeah. And then, of course, back to this. Oh, so did someone actually find the picture? You always have to be careful with this.
You have to open it up in a new tab here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's them. Okay. I've gotta bring this up.
God, that is so stupid looking.
Okay.
I would play that Ryu outfit though for sure. It's better than the Ken default too. So yeah.
It's better than that other Ken outfit. Yeah, exactly. So here we go.
That's so silly looking.
Like, it's too bad it's just the headshots, because otherwise you'd be able to see the full thing of how stupid they look.
Hair.
And of course, Ken, sure thing, Ryu. Let's go and take out the Mad Gear
looks
Gang.
like a Thundercats character or something like that. Like, what the heck is that?
Oh my god.
No.
Dude, they, like I said, this would be the most, like, inside joke costume for the Street Fighter V characters ever, dude.
Dang, dude.
That'd be so amazing.
That is something else.
Yeah.
What a silly, silly picture.
Now, of course, all the BlazBlue games, whenever they came out, they always have an extend version, like I joked earlier. Well, look, apparently Mori says that Central Fiction will not get an extend version. Because, I mean, it sucks, because it's always a new game. It's always a new disc. It's not even a patch to upgrade it. It's always a new game. So a lot of people might be like, do I want to get Central Fiction or just wait till extend?
And then by the time the US gets it, there's a new version
I
in
know,
Japan.
right? So hopefully they will go by that and say that's not going to happen again.
Oh, is there a better picture of these
outfits? I don't know.
outfits?
I'm scared to find out. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. There
Slightly better, yeah.
Yeah, slightly better. You can see them standing next to Rolento.
Looking like punks.
Yeah, exactly.
These outfits.
So embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, whoever did these outfits is good. Man, look at how big Ken is. This fool is buff.
Have you ever seen any episodes of this cartoon?
Never.
So what you need to do is just go online, go to YouTube, look up the Switcher, and he has like highlights.
Okay.
And like, oh my god.
And Ken is huge. This fool is like ripped as all hell.
This guy, dude. He's and then Rolento's chilling here, dude.
Rolento's literally broader than the table we're sitting at. Like, he actually looks like he's sculpted into the show. This fool is huge.
Oh my god.
It's like the DC animated films, you know, like
Flashpoint
Paradox, Aquaman.
Yeah,
I
know, right?
I'm like, he can't even make it through a door. This fool is not. That is crazy. It's like absurdly big.
Well, one of the games that's at CEOtaku, which is Nitroplus Blasters, Heroes Infinite, it is going, or Heroes Infinite Duel, I should say, is coming to PC this winter.
Yeah, sounds good.
Definitely check that out. It's actually, like, I've messed with it. I have a copy of it.
Okay.
I got a code for it. Like, they did some creative things with this. Like,
I'm always happy when games come to PC too. I feel like that always makes me happy. If it is available more on different systems, that's always a good thing.
Look, I don't know much about anime. I know there's a character named Supersonico out there, and I know that she just spends all her time in a bikini or whatever like that. Apparently she's in this game, and she attacks you with cats.
Yeah, that's your character, James.
Yeah, she literally runs around, and cats are at her feet, and every time you hit attacks, the cats jump at the enemy, and she doesn't do anything. Yeah. Even if you jump in the air, the same buttons make the cats attack the same way on the ground. Yep. It's really interesting.
That sounds like your character 100%.
Yeah,
and
I know,
you play
right?
a cat lady in Marvel.
Right,
Felicia.
exactly. And then everyone made me play Catwoman in Injustice.
Right, but this is
the cat lady.
Cat lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the cat lady.
Yeah.
This is good.
They have some interesting character designs. It's really neat. It's really kind of neat. So I was actually, and it's a fun combo game. So I was just like trying to find combos and stuff like that. So, and it's all assists. It's assist based. So there's characters that are only assists, but you can pick any two, and like different two ones. Like you can't call them a lot. Like once you call them, it's like you wait forever for the next one to for them to recharge.
So to call the same assist or a different assist too? Can you call like?
No, you can call them both, but then you can't call assists for a while. But because some of the assists are broken, like they're super good. Yeah. So there you go. And yeah, Cammy loves cats as well. So
yeah, that's true.
It's one of her likes.
Is that why you do not like Abel because he's a dog person?
Is he a dog person?
Yeah, it's like
I love dogs. Don't get me wrong.
Good.
I love dogs. You don't even like. I was planning to get dogs my whole entire life. you know, I still want a dog at this point, but my
But
place
now
isn't
you're
big enough.
Yeah.
My place isn't because I don't want a small dog. I want a big dog. I want a golden retriever. That's what I want.
You can definitely not do it here.
Yeah, I cannot have a golden retriever.
You have to live in like the Midwest to have a big dog.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard here.
One day maybe we'll see. But you know, if
when you become the Tetris world champion commentator and you live in the Midwest, gonna have a big dog.
When Tetris goes all esports and like.
Dang, think the alternate timeline: James Chen FGC, cat lady. James Chen Tetris, dog person in the Midwest.
Yeah, there you go.
Famous esports commentator. Different timelines.
Oh
It's just the alternate timeline. That's the BlazBlue story.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be 17 versions of me in one game or something like that. So, okay. So, oh, that's right. So there is some bad news that just came up recently.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of the members of Team Flipside.
Yeah.
Flipside Tactics.
This is their FGC manager or
I think
what?
so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Christopher Harris, aka NinjaCW, passed away. And he was really young too. He was like 30-something years old. So this really came out of nowhere for a lot of people.
That's always terrifying, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're thinking like, man, 10 years in the future, I might have to. I'm like, dude.
Not even just that. Just like sudden death like that is always super scary.
Yeah. But look, when he passed away, I saw like 20 messages from people like, this is just the nicest guy. Yeah. He's done so many great things. Look, fighting game community is great at helping each other out. There is a GoFundMe. Let me open this link here for you guys so you can check this out.
I think they rated $8,500 in 2 days. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Dang. Okay, so they're over halfway. So here we go. If you look here at the URL, it's gofundme.com/NinjaCW. If you feel like helping to donate to this, to help his family basically afford the funeral.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, just a great member of the fighting game community. I don't know him personally, but like I said, you know, when someone passes away and you see that many people write about it like right away, it's definitely something like that. So yeah. So if you guys have a little bit extra and you feel like donating to that, please do. It will help NinjaCW's family. And look, the fighting game community sticks together. We're family.
Yep.
So for sure.
Which people are bringing up in the chat. Another thing that happened. You got in a car accident.
Yes, I did.
What happened? I haven't talked to you since then. Are you alright?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like my neck still hurts here a little bit.
That's pretty common, right? From accidents.
Yeah, well, it was a rear ending, so for sure I got whiplash from it, right? Because I mean, basically, I'm sitting there on the 10 East to the 405 South interchange. Now, if you guys don't know, this is one of the worst interchanges because it's short, it's one lane.
Yes.
And it's on one of the busiest freeways ever, right? So they need to do construction work to make it longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here driving along this, about to enter this interchange, and there's an accident on the side of the freeway.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm like, okay, whatever. So I pass it, and I get to there, and sure enough, this is at 9:30 at night. It slows down to a stop.
Yeah.
So I stop there. And so I'm just sitting there in my car, and I just hear honking from behind me. I look in my rearview mirror, and this car is coming at me at full speed.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm thinking to myself at this point, like, it's crazy because I had about 1 second to think about this. And this is what crossed through my mind, which was, how can I avoid this? Like, what can I do to get out of this situation?
When you're stopped in traffic on the freeway?
Yeah, and I was like, is there anything I can do? And then the thought came up, no, I'm going to get hit.
Yep.
And the first thing that I did, and this was a huge mistake, don't do this, I braced myself.
Oh, no.
I braced myself and stretched my arms like this.
Yeah, because that's how you break your arms.
Yeah, that's how you break your arms.
You don't want to do that.
It hit it, and I just felt my head whip back and like hit the thing. My head hit my seat rest and everything like that. And I got slammed. Like, I just heard the biggest boom. And shout outs to my car because that thing held together like a freaking brick. Like, not even a brick, because a brick will crumble.
Yeah.
Like, that thing was a tank. It held together like a champ. But I slammed into the car in front of me, and it didn't even feel that.
So the fact that you got hit so hard that you got propelled into the car in front of you is crazy.
And when I hit the car in front of me, it didn't even sound that loud, right? Yeah. And when I checked my car, my front right light is shattered. Yeah. It's just like glasses everywhere. The craziest part is the guy who hit me pulls over to the side, immediately runs out and is like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And the funny thing is, like, your adrenaline is so high at that point.
That you feel fine.
I felt no pain at all. I was like, I'm okay. And I just looked at him like, what happened?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was distracted by that accident. I didn't pay attention. And I didn't see you there. And then I immediately got out of the car and went to the car in front of me, and there was a young lady in there, a young girl in there, and I was just like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, she couldn't even talk for a little bit. But eventually I got towed away. Like I said, my car back bumper got
Your car's
destroyed.
donezo, right?
I don't know. So the reason why they might total it is because it's a 10-year-old car.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's going to be based off of the KBB value, the Kelly Blue Book value.
Yeah.
If the cost of repairs is higher than the value, then they just give me the check to pay that off. And so I have to get a new car, which is not the right time for me to get a new car.
No.
And
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, exactly. When you mentioned that,
dude, my truck, I think I have to replace a bunch of stuff. Like, there's like a crack in the center of my my console here. The air conditioner, when you turn it on, shoots out smoke. The car's overheating. I got the radiator replaced, and now it's leaking. And it's like, James, we're gonna have to go car shopping soon together, I think.
I actually did switch cars the first time, so this is my second car.
Okay.
The first car I had, I got into an accident, and so eventually I sold that car, and so I got this car, and I specifically got this car also because it had like some of the most ridiculous safety ratings, and so it paid off for me. And but the funniest thing about it was like I didn't feel any pain, and then eventually I started feeling pain, and then it turns out that after the police got there, since we were blocking the interchange, they're like, just get the cars out of here, please, so we can free it up. But then I heard that they arrested the guy because he might have been slightly drunk.
Yeah, I saw you mention that.
Mm-hmm. They said that he was inebriated. And in fact, the lady who was in the car in front of me when I was talking to, she said that she might have been able to smell a little bit something from his breath. So that's another reason why that happened.
Yeah, if he got arrested, he was probably drunk. Dang. Yeah. That's a bummer.
So that sucked. And that was me on the way to the airport to pick up my friend. Oh. You know, because he was coming down this week because we bought tickets last week for Not Scary Farm.
Dude, which is Not Scary Farm is 5 minutes from my house, James. Why didn't you say hi?
I didn't know. I
live right there. I'm so close to that. It's like super close. In fact, the traffic from it at this time of the year is the worst.
Yeah.
Because I live near there, so like I had to try to navigate around Not Scary Farm.
Yeah. And I did go to the urgent care the next day. Yeah, he poked a bunch of parts on me, and he was like, does any of this hurt? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm fine. So he gave me some anti-inflammatories, some muscle relaxants and stuff. And it did start to hurt more and more as it went, but then it's gotten a little better now. Of course, I'm an idiot, but, you know, I was like, I'm going to go to Not Scary Farm anyway, even though my doctor's like, don't walk, don't stand, like, just relax. And I was like,
James.
And I'm like, you know what? And shout outs to the guy who came that I was picking up is my best friend. In fact, he's upstairs right now. He's just chilling there now. But I've known him since high school, so that obviously was like a long time ago.
Couple years.
So there was a lot of times he stood in line, and I would go find somewhere way up and close and just sit there. Yeah. And he just waited through the line, and then I would just get in.
That's what best friends are for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. As long as you're fine.
Yeah.
The car being totaled sucks.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, but as long as you are not seriously injured, that's all that matters. I saw your tweets about this, and I was like, holy moly.
Well, Flo said he saw it in his chat. Like, he was streaming, and someone was like, James Chen got in a car accident. And he was like, fuck. And that was like it right there, right?
That's terrifying,
sorry,
dude.
pardon my French, but, you know. But the funny thing about it was, though, is that I went to Not Scary Farm, and, like, I was like, this might be a mistake. And, like, one of the first mazes that we went to.
Yeah, I saw this.
Right, so I don't know if you guys know, Not Scary Farm, they turn a lot of their rides into mazes, so that you walk through these little skinny corridors, and they have these gruesomes is what they call them, and there's these guys that are dressed up in scary costumes, but they hide around corners and stuff like that.
They jump scare you.
Yeah, they jump scare you, and it's great. Like my
That's
friend,
great.
my friend got good. So my friend Jason got good. He got really good because some of the guys stand on stilts. Oh. So this guy's standing on stilts, so you don't see a human up here. And another gruesome approached him, tried to scare him this and was distracting him. So Jason was looking at this guy, and then the guy on the stilts just leans down and just yells in his ear, and Jason was like, ah, like that.
Those guys are professional noise making, scary people. These guys are good at this.
Yeah, and I got to the end of one of the mazes, and there's a guy on stilts, right? So I'm walking, and they like to follow you or look at you or stare at you. Yeah. So the guy on the stilts,
they have those knee pad things where they run and slide.
Yeah, and the sparks.
That's the worst.
So the guy at the end of the one of the mazes, like he's on stilts and he leans down at me and he just starts staring at me and just following me. And I'm like, smiling uncomfortably, hey. And he points at me, he's like, I know you. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're James Chen. And I was
sick.
like, oh my God. So that was cool. So me and my friend were like, hey, we gave thumbs up. And then he even tweeted me afterwards. He tweeted me afterwards. He's like, hope you're having a good time. I was doing that.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
dude.
Scary Farm's super fun.
Yeah.
So the fact that you got to go do that after the accident's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
you weren't super beat up.
And the one thing about it is, like, you've been there a bunch, obviously, because you live so close. Like, the craft that they use, like the time, like it's not even just like let's just throw shit together, right? Like this thing is like
this is their big thing that they do. Yeah, this is the big thing.
So well done. It's so much fun. We've gone like every year. It's like super fun.
When we were in high school, Brad, who's my roommate, who's my best friend, worked there.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he got to
nice.
So we got in because he was working there, and then he like was friends with a bunch of the people who did the monster stuff, and like was like Brad's a beatboxer, so he was learning how to do their scary scrolls and stuff, so like he could do it in beatboxing, and so like he knew a bunch of people there, and it was like super cool. Not Scary Farm was super fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. If you guys actually get a chance to go, you should definitely try to hit it up.
I've never been to the Universal Studios scary thing.
Yeah,
I have no idea which is better.
So like I've gone to Fright Fest at Magic Mountain. Yeah. And when you go to Magic Mountain's Fright Fest, it is like the saddest thing on the planet. Like their amount of effort is like maybe 1/6 of the effort of Not Scary Farm. It is just that you go there and you're just like,
that sucks.
No.
Oh no.
So, but no, not. So some people are saying Halloween Horror Nights is amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I heard it's good. Back to video games.
Some more community stuff. Core Gaming came out with a new analysis video, just kind of talking about how to keep playing, how to not give up.
And it was about Daigo's book as the centerpiece, which was a super good video. It's awesome.
I still have that book. I haven't read it yet.
You haven't read it yet?
I'm a horrible human.
I have 3 copies of it, James. I haven't read it yet. I have 3 copies. I don't know how this happens to me. It's because, I'm always thinking, like, I'll read it on a plane ride or something. Yeah. But I always sleep on planes.
Dude, I just end up playing Tetris on planes, dude. That's all I do.
Oh, I feel bad.
But yeah, check that out. Core Gaming, of course. Gerald, who runs that, Gerald Lee. Super great guy. You should just watch all the videos that he makes. So that's Core Gaming on YouTube. Also, Norval Tataki continues making some KI content. Videos. I don't know, the headline here says it concludes, so I don't know if it is going to be his last one, but he's talking about maximizing combo opportunities. Yep. So check that out. Again, that's going to be youtube.com/Norval Tataki, NOVRIL Norval Tataki. Red Bull is continuing their cultivation series on Leffen. I think this is the last episode of Cultivation Leffen. So check that out. It's like when
he gets his visa, right?
Yeah, because he just got his visa back. So that's why he was able to make it to the Big House 6. And then lastly, ViewSonic, another monitor company, has apparently signed Infiltration to a sponsorship. Yep. So he's going to be sponsored by Razer and ViewSonic.
Which is an interesting pickup to me because every single fighting game event is sponsored by like Asus.
Or Zowie.
Or Zowie, right? And then Infiltration, instead of sponsoring the events, they're like, let's just sponsor the player who's always in like top 3. And this fool is going to be on his ViewSonic. Like, I was like, all right, cool. So it's really awesome that they're picking up product sponsorships. I hope more top players get to branch out and get other product sponsorships. That would be really sick. But yeah, congrats to Info.
Yep. So that's all I have here for community news, which I didn't change the thing again at the top.
It happens.
Yeah,
you're running the stream and also being part of this, and you're doing like 4 jobs at once. You're like the director, stream producer, talent.
Also, so I mean, did you guys get to check out anything else at TwitchCon? Like, how was the rest of TwitchCon besides the Breakaway stuff?
So we are like the only video game there.
Really?
There's like not that many other video games. Just like a couple other video games. I got to play Cluster Truck. Cluster Truck's real fun. I met the guy.
I love the name.
So the guy Steve and I were at PAX, and this guy was like, I tweeted out and said, "What should I try here?" My main game was For Honor, so I got to play that. It was super fun. Right. And then some guy tweeted me and was like, yo, come to our booth. We have cluster trucks. So I went to the cluster truck booth, and it was like the "we are out at lunch" sign, you know. And I was like, oh man, this is like my time off. I don't get to play cluster truck. So then I got to play it there. I met the guy, and he was like, oh yeah, I tweeted you about this. Cluster truck is cool. It's like a game where literally it's like a platforming game where it's like you start here and you have to get to the finish line, and they just put like 300 trucks, semis that you jump to, and they have different physics, and you can like they're like.
What are you? Are you a person or a vehicle?
Just a person.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, as you jump from them, like, so you can jump and pop the truck in the air to gain additional height, and then jump further. Like, there's like crazy physics. There's like a slow down time mechanic. They're like fighting game players, so they like super challenging stuff. So as you drop off the truck for like 0.5 seconds, if you jump after, you have like a super sped up fast jump. So like you want to like fall off the truck and then jump, and then like you get bonus speed for that and like bonus jump speed, and it's like they have all these crazy mechanics, and they're like, yeah, we think fighting game mechanics are cool, so we have like a bunch of crazy hard to execute stuff in here. I was like, you guys are cool. Okay. But besides that, at TwitchCon, basically we just walked around and met people. We went to the after party, which was whatever. It was alright. Steve Aoki threw cakes at people. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I saw Steve got smacked by a cake, didn't he?
No, he was okay for cake.
Oh, okay,
But like what Steve Aoki does in his show is he has a song. This is the most
confusing story because there's 3 Steves now.
Yeah, so Steve Aoki is, he announced that he bought this esports team. That was super cool. Like, I think it's called Rogue or something like that. And then he has a song where he throws cakes at people. This fool has a cannon for an arm because he's throwing cakes like entire cakes, like a whole birthday cake, like 8 rows deep, and just pegging people in the face. And it's like, what is happening? Like, we were losing it. We thought it was the funniest thing ever.
I'm trying to decide right now if I got hit by the cake, if I would be mad or if I would be like.
I would not want to get hit by a cake. Yeah. I was like, don't throw this cake at me.
Right. I mean, like, if it hit me, I would be mad unless it tasted really good.
Yeah.
Then I think I'd be kind of.
But then it like hits you and sprays everywhere, so it's like you don't even get to eat it. Cake's delicious. But yeah, TwitchCon is pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. It's a very different event. Like. Daigo was there for one day.
Right, and then he red-eyed himself to...
Him and Z.
Yeah, Brooklyn Beatdown.
I saw both of them. Were that Gamer B was there?
Z, man, like, you could tell there was some points, like, while he was there, like, he was just about to pass out.
Because he was in San Diego for TwitchCon.
I know.
And he worked all day and then took the red-eye to New York and was working for ESL.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, that guy Z is putting in tons and tons of work.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
Yeah, he's doing good stuff. Out there.
So yeah, TwitchCon was a fun event.
We should probably mention too that for the NA Battlegrounds, it was announced that David and I, you and Steve, and Seth and Mike are going to be doing commentary.
Yeah, we got the faces.
Yeah.
We're the fancy people.
So we're actually going to be at the North American Battlegrounds. It's going to be the first weekend of November.
Yeah, so that's November 4th through the 6th.
Yeah, it's the weekend right after Canada Cup.
It's a busy month and a half. I'm not going to Canada Cup, though.
You're not going to Canada Cup?
I am not.
Okay.
So I thought I was for a while, but now I am not. So I have that weekend off.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm going to be stream monstering Canada Cup and resting. Yeah.
Rest. Dude, rest is the best thing ever.
Dude, they got Seth Killian to come to Battlegrounds. That's crazy, right?
Which is cool. So that's cool.
I can't wait to see how that goes. Yeah, I think Battlegrounds will be fun. I think you guys will think the format we're doing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Battlegrounds should be a cool event.
Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about? Anything else you want to bring up? Again, you just streamed some match analysis of SEAM Grand Finals, of a lot of TFC matches as well. You can find that on the archives of twitch.tv/Sayjam.
Yeah, what you see right down there. Ooh, that was good. Nice. I'm probably going to stream Thursday whenever pools are out for SCR. If they're out tomorrow, I'll stream tomorrow talking about them. If they're out until like later on Wednesday, then I'll do it on Thursday. But tomorrow's Wednesday night fights before SCR. It should be good. I'll be there.
Yeah,
are you going to go?
I'm probably not going to make it tomorrow.
You should probably rest.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it there.
I'll probably go for a little bit, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll be at SCR.
Yeah, I'm sad because there's going to be so many good people there, and I really want to see it, but yeah, not going to happen. So, and then of course, I guess there's going to be a Defeat Lee versus Sanford Kelly.
Dang, yeah, I saw. So there's like this Twitter beef that they had there where they were just arguing about whether Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5 was better.
Yeah, but Sanford was like, I don't even want to do it, right? And then Justin was like, $100 to the winner.
Yeah, and somebody else was like, I think it was Javits, was like, I'll put 50 in too. And I was like, dang, there's
And then as soon as that happened, Defeat Lee and Sanford were like, okay, we'll do it.
I don't know who I think's going to win that. That's crazy.
Well, because Sanford actually just tweeted out recently, he was like, I found something I really like in Street Fighter 5. I'm so happy. Like, you know, that makes a big difference. When you're enjoying the game, it's a lot easier to learn the game.
Yeah, it's hard to play the game and grind it and try to be good at a game if you don't like it. Like, playing a game you don't like sucks.
Yeah.
It's really not fun. Like, you can super tell, especially like a commentator or a player, you can tell when they don't like the game.
Yeah,
They're just like super not into it.
I mean, David always mentions there was that one point in time that he hated Marvel.
And he was commentating
it, and you could just tell, like, he just didn't care.
He's like, yeah, that guy's a moron, and I hate that, and, you know, that works in this game because this game is whack, and, you know, it's like, oh, damn.
That's why my commentary for Tetris was the greatest ever. No, shout outs the guy that I did commentary with, Chris Tang, right? So he's told me that he used to play Street Fighter. Like, he lived in NorCal. He was there when Street Fighter 2 first, like, beta tested, and, like, he was there at the first official Capcom tournament that, like, Thomas Wasaki was at. Like, he was super. I was like, dude, I need to bring you on the show so we can talk about some of this old school stuff.
Then you guys could do a Tetris show.
Dude, that'd be so
sick. Me, David, and Steve out and do a Tuesday Tetris show.
Dude, you don't even understand, like, the way that I can talk about Tetris and the strategies and, like, how you want to play. And, oh, God, I could talk for hours about
video games. So. Somebody mentioned Team Secret not paying their players.
I didn't hear about that until just from the chat.
Yeah, it was like this big controversy with their Dota team. I hope it's not happening to Punko as well, because obviously he's on there, and Silent Wolf's on there for Smash. So hopefully those guys are okay. I don't know the full details. I just know that wasn't happening. So, yeah, dude, people seem to really like the Tetris thing. Man, that's awesome. I'm super happy about it.
Well,
yeah,
dude,
awesome.
They put it on the GDQ channel. So as soon as it started up, like 500 people were in the stream already, and everyone's like, "Is there gonna be a speed run? Is there gonna be a speed run?" Yeah. And then eventually they started the Tetris.
Because that channel has like 100,000 people watching random games during their speed run, so it's like, oh.
And I mean, like, honestly, like, Tetris gets super hyped. Like, so what they do is they had a first part where people are trying to max out the score at 999,999. One guy did it too.
Yeah.
And only like 26 people have ever been recorded to do it ever. And then they do the head versus head, right? And what happens there is that it's not a race. It's not anything. You don't send lines with each other. It's just that you play, and whoever gets a higher score wins that round, right? But if you see someone struggling, you know you can play safer. You know, so there's still a little bit of there.
Yeah.
And there was one match where, like, in grand finals, where the guy who was the favorite, like, was way ahead in points. He had like 5 or 6 more Tetrises, and then he died. And the other guy was still alive, and he was just like, gotta live. And so level 29 is what they call the kill screen, because once you get to level 29, it's just impossible.
Right.
The pieces drop so fast that you can't do anything about it. He was like just under level 29. He was like on level 28, and his score was like right under him. And he got one Tetris, put him at level 29. He beat the score, and then he died.
Yep, immediately.
It was like the most amazing thing, dude. It was so good. So I want to stream myself playing Tetris.
You should.
I want to do that.
You should do, because you know they have those competitive Tetris things where, like, you can stream yourself and then you can make a game and invite people so people from your stream can play too.
Oh, really?
They have like Tetris websites where you can do that so that you can have people from the chat play so you guys can all play.
I actually just want to get the Tetris Grandmaster game, the one that they play at the GDQ.
GDQ, yeah.
And I want to see how close I can come to being a Grandmaster. I actually really want to try, but I need to get an arcade board for that. Oh, yeah. You know? So hopefully someone will be able to help me do that. So hopefully someone out there will be able to help me.
Yeah, you should stream Tetris, even if it's that or if it's just playing with people from the chat or something. That would be cool. Tetris would be super sick.
I hope people would like watching me play a bunch of different games, because I also want to stream a bunch of different games. Like, I'm trying to get L.I. Joe out here so he can watch me play Dark Souls, so he can make fun of me the whole entire time while I play that thing.
I've been streaming that game.
Dark Souls 1?
No, Dark Souls 3.
Oh, I'm talking about
Dark Souls 1.
I'm talking about 1.
No.
So
I streamed a bit of Dark Souls 3. All I had Hanzo Gonzo in the chat talking so much trash. You freaking little gremlin, you. I was like, oh my god, he wouldn't shut his mouth. He's like, I'm actually the best in the world at this game. You guys don't. I'm like, Hanzo, I'll kill you the next time.
Dude, the other thing that I want to stream. So me and my friend are big Rock Band fans.
Oh, that would be sick.
So I want to just stream myself singing songs.
You should.
I just want to stream myself singing songs. Would people want to see James Chen streaming myself singing Rock Band songs?
Hit some ones in the chat for that. I'll hit a 1. I'll hit a 1 for that for sure.
Oh, Steven's Twitch is Sayjam.
Just right
exactly there.
Twitch.tv/Sayjam.
So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying I'm gonna stream it. Everyone's
stream
waiting,
it, dude.
So.
The ones in the chat for James. There it is.
Dude, I will sing all day.
Hit all the notes.
There you go. Okay, cool.
That's happening, James. There it is.
I'm doing it.
You're streaming. Easy peasy.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. That's all I have for today. You got anything else?
That's probably it. Follow James at jchensor on Twitter. Follow me there on Twitter. Follow twitch.tv/sajam.
Follow all of our Twitch channels as well.
Yeah.
Not only just UltraChen TV. We're creating like a team kind of concept on.
I'm on the team page already.
Right, we're on the team page. We're trying to finish out a few last things, but Tasty_Steve, Sajam, jchensor, Ultra David. Like Ultra David will probably start streaming a lot of his
Mortal Kombat
Overwatch.
Stuff. Overwatch, that's true.
If it's fighting games, we'll probably do it on Ultra.
That fool is grinding Overwatch like crazy.
Yeah, but dude, his cats are so cute. Oh my god, sorry. Anyways,
it's true.
Just totally distracted.
James, you're my favorite cat lady, by the way. There's no other cat lady that comes close. It's free.
Thank you. All right, cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, Wednesday Night Fights tomorrow. SCR coming up this weekend. Don't miss that stuff. It'll be great. All right. Peace out, everybody.